Hello. Hello,
Hello.
everybody, and welcome to the party. If you're new to this group, this kind of stream, welcome to the party is a pretty cool community of people who play games together and stream them sometimes. And there's a really cool Discord. If you're interested, you can join that, and there's a lot of awesome people to get to know. There's a lot of games happening all the time. You can maybe jump into one if you're kind of new to RPGs. That's cool. That's sort of what the like specialty is to help people get into gaming. There's a Patreon. If you like what you see, become a patron. You're helping you're helping more than just the channel. You know what I mean? The channel helps tries to help artists and tries to give back with the money that you give them. We have sponsors. One is tabletoploot.com. They make cool dice and stuff. One is sonerdware.com, and I believe they have a slogan, Throck.
Well, I believe it's so nerdwear. It's what the nerds wear.
Beautiful. I love it. And if you type in welcome, you get 10% off your next purchase.
You do!
So you buy stuff from them. There is also RooInc.com. Devin Rue is the creator of the best fantasy maps around. They are beautiful and incredible, and you should check them out if you're into maps. I am, so I love them. And then Roll20. Roll20 is what we run a lot of games on. I think almost every game on your channel, I think, is usually run with Roll20.
Yeah,
it's super useful. It does all the math for you. It makes it a lot faster and smoother of a transition. It has cool like overlays and stuff. So yeah, check that out as well. And that's it. Today, we will be playing a little bit of Blades in the Dark. Blades in the Dark, if you're unfamiliar with it, is a game set in a world that basically ended, but people are like still here. So like, why not, do some stuff and survive? So the sun is gone. Seas are black and full of leviathans. There's cannibal ghosts everywhere that want to eat your face. Humanity is locked behind massive lightning walls and several cities all over the world. One of them being Duskfall, which is where our story takes place. It's a super overcrowded city that sucks hard nuts because everybody in the city is awful. Everything is terrible. People eat bugs and stuff. They don't have horses. They have goats. It's madness. It's pandemonium in there. And our party plays a group of people, criminals, scoundrels, some would say, trying to claw their way up from the gutter and become more powerful in their own various different ways. And let us meet our party. Let us start with Bisonic.
Hello, I'm Bisonic Kevin on the Twitter, and I play Sparrow, a stealthy, ghostly lurk.
Yes. Thief. And Throck.
Hey, what's up? I'm Throck, also known as Sean. I am playing Grimalkin, our spider or mastermind.
And Crystal.
Hello, people. My name is Crystal Fear, and I'm playing Ebony, the Whisper.
The Whisper, who's been hanging out with the demon a little bit too much. We'll see how that goes.
Maybe.
And Kay.
Hey, Kate, also known as Undead Kay, and I will be playing Scarlet the Hound with a ghost cat who's an ocelot, not a cat.
Ghost ocelot.
Ghost ocelot.
And now, freshly,
no hand.
A hand.
Yeah.
No hand. Which we will hopefully rectify very quickly. And Jackie.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jackie Barrow, known as Death by Mage, and I will be playing Victor, the Leech.
The technician, inventor extraordinaire. And so that is our group. And last we left off, you had all aided Scarlet in ridding the city of not only Flint, a terrible, really terrible person, but excellent assassin, but also this horrific cult that Flint worked for that seemed to have had their eye on Scarlet for her entire life, orchestrating different various events in her life and keeping her from becoming a good person. They worshipped the giant horrible slug, which you killed the shit out of, as well as the Master of Tears, the leader of the cult, who could do crazy magic shit and was pretty powerful until Scarlet headbutted him in the fucking face, and then proceeded to beat his ass. but not before losing her right hand to his wicked magics, or their wicked magics, actually, kind of androgynous person. But now you have all, I believe, then you all made your escape, and in making your escape, you allowed Frank to smash his way in to the cult and just clean up, as you had eradicated the master and the horror that they worship, as well as silently bringing down a good number of their elite guards in the like prayer chamber, completely silently, thanks to Sparrow's quick thinking. So I'll say you guys probably made it back, and you're patched up, you're okay, you're not like critical. You were really hurt, but I believe that's what Victor is for. Victor, you can heal people, correct?
Oh,
So-
yes, I can
so
bandage
Victor-
you up.
Victor, you were not on this journey. So what comes back to the school is your group of people, two of which are very ill from being poisoned. Ebony's okay. Ebony's doing all right. I'm pretty sure almost completely unscathed, if I'm not mistaken. Completely. And then Scarlet is missing a hand.
Victor's just gonna walk up to Scarlet, look at the little stub. Do you want hand or no?
Yes, I would appreciate a hand.
Okay.
Thank you.
Where's Ivan?
He's escaped. No, he's there.
He's like,
He's
Ivan,
there.
Ivan, come
you-
here.
you
Give me your hand. Give me your hand.
You all did as well. Upon returning to the school, on the front steps of the school was the head of Silt, the flyman who is aiding you in your acts against the Lacrimose, but he was being vigorously hunted by Filth, and it appears that Filth had caught up with him.
I think I kicked it off the stairs at the very end.
Okay.
The very last second.
It rolls.
It's like
Full of bugs and shit, so you get rid of it. All right. So there goes his head. Yeah, but no one else in the school was harmed. So Filth did not kill any of your people. So take that for what it's worth. Okay. So Victor, you are building a new hand?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Roll.
Well. The funny thing is, before that, like Victor, actually pulls Ivan's arm, compares and measures against Scarlet's, and it's trying to make the pretend incision. It's imagining. It's so if we cut here and we just sew it back together, should be good.
There you go.
No, but no, he's gonna actually just build a mechanical hand and just call it a day.
Okay.
It's
Oh, you were doing that to Ivan's hand?
Yeah, I was just doing that just to terrify, just to
sweating
tease.
terribly. You can't, because he has seen Frank, so he's like, can you do this? No, please don't do this.
You don't need two ends. You only need one.
This is let me tell you, this is the important hand. You cannot get rid of this one. I use this one very much, Victor. So very much. I have nothing in my life, Victor. I use this hand a lot. Okay? You wanted to hear it? That is what it is. Please God, do not take it from me. This is who I am.
Okay, maybe for
Call her Sasha.
no, I kid. I have schematic right here.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I will help you.
So I get one die for the help.
Yes. Also, Throck, I think something's wrong with your microphone.
Someone's mic.
Can
Yeah.
you say hello? And ooh, you're a robot.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're a
Oh,
robot.
whoa.
Ooh, that's not so good of a hand.
No, I mean it's
I mean,
functional. it's not
it's
the most. It's functional, okay? It's not meant to be.
Fucking this claptrap of a hand.
It's clamps.
Is it like the claw from
It's like the clamps.
Inspector Gadget or yeah,
No, it's the
that's claw, I
clamps.
think.
Clamps
Oh
from
gosh,
Futurama.
So he gave me
Scarlet has kung fu grip now.
Yes.
So actually, probably you could definitely crush bones in it because it's metal. and it's Sparkcraft, so it's like strong.
Also probably because he didn't calibrate it very well, so it's kind of like, wrong. Oh, that was a zero. That was a zero. Oops.
Did you want to stay with this roll? Did you want to use one of your rerolls for this? It's up to you.
Rerolls.
No, I think we're
No,
good.
do we? We might be out of them.
You used them a lot, I believe.
We have one reroll left.
Your mic is much
Yeah,
better.
we'll just save it.
Okay.
Yeah, you
It's
are
fine.
better.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah, I'd save it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just see. It does, however, spin all the way around, which is pretty cool. So if you like grab someone's wrist, you can just spin, like, So it's you can like someone of your in your lifestyle is like, yeah, I could use this. You know what I mean? It's just that was like your primary trigger hand. So it's a little.
You're gonna have to.
tough.
So you're going to have to shoot with not so good hand now.
I'll get used to it, thank you.
Hey, look! At least now it can spin and crush bottles.
It can crush bottles and spin. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Cool. And we can say that you're getting healed and such too
Mhm.
as well. As the same time as this. But since we're back, Victor, you were not in the last session. Is there anything that you have done since you were gone or in your absence?
So actually, Victor was having a nice little visit with the mimes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, very well. What is it that you were?
Well, so
discussing.
before the end of his one major story arc, he gave the leader of the mimes a little locket to look for somebody.
Yes. Yes.
And so he figured this was a good enough time to go and see them about what their results were, if anything. I mean, he's still going to pay them for services rendered, but regardless of the results.
Very well. So you meet with Bozo on his stage. He has you walk in and he notices you, and you can see that there's a huge like box with a door on it. You can tell it's like a little set that they have, but it's like turned away.
Mhm.
And he goes, "Oh, welcome, Victor. Please step into my office." And he walks into his office, which is this large box.
Okay.
You follow him in, and it is done up like a little office. And as soon as you shut the doors and walk in, all of the walls fall. So you just back out and he goes, "Have a seat, please."
Okay. And he takes a seat.
You have a seat with him, and he goes, "So, a bit of good news, a bit of bad news. You wanted us to find this girl for you.
Yes.
Now, we used our contacts, and a little bit of, dark magic to try to locate her, as usual means were not being very productive. Tricky bit of business. It appears that she is indeed still around. In what form, I don't know, but she is still around, as we were using sort of arcane methods to find her. It simply pings onto consciousness. Does that make any sense to you?
No, but I follow along.
Okay. Anywho, she is somewhere in the city, in Duskball.
Oh,
Did you live here when she went missing?
no, she's been missing since after war.
Oh my.
So
Hmm.
she
She somehow found her way into the city, I guess.
Oh,
But we do not have an exact location. The magics does not really work that way. It's not like a radar. But we do have something that may be able to help you. And he reaches into this desk that he has, and this desk that he's sitting at, and he pulls out what appears to be it looks like a femur cut in half. And it has these a bunch of like weird shit tied to the end, where there's like a big weird sort of stick. Looks like a couple of other bones kind of like dangling off of it, and like a crystal sort of tied to it, like a small gemstone of some kind. all tied to the end of this bone, and he puts it on the table. Seeing as how we were not able to perform the job to your specifications, I didn't want to take your money without actually completing the job. That is not what the mimes are about. So instead, I gave you the means by which to more accurately locate her.
Oh, thank you.
As I believe you would probably want to meet her as opposed to spooky mimes showing up.
Yes, probably better.
Yes, we do not take off our makeup.
Oh, so do you sleep in it?
Yes.
Huh.
Well, the only time we take it off is if we're in disguise. I'm very good at disguises, Victor.
Oh, I see. Well, could I still pay you for this?
Yes, I love payment. Give me money. It's my favorite thing. Next to cheese.
Good to know. Victor's gonna give him 2 coin for all that.
Thank you. He takes it and he puts it in another desk drawer and shuts it.
Thank you for your time. And how do I use this?
Oh, so it is all about intention. That is magics in general. So when you hold this thingamabob, I don't remember what it's called. I'm not the one who made it. You simply walk around the city thinking of her, and it'll start going boop, boop, or it'll vibrate, or it'll electrocute you. I don't know, but it'll give you some sort of signal as to where her location may be.
But it no explode, right?
I didn't make it, Victor. I don't know. I cannot promise you anything. That would be exciting, though.
Okay. Thank you.
Very well.
And Victor just starts. He actually will, he was gonna actually open the door, walk out.
So it is just a frame, and you open the door, and he goes, "Can you shut it on your way out?"
And I nod, and I close it.
Shut the door. He goes, and he takes some papers out and starts writing. Goes, "What a fine man!" And continues to write. You can clearly hear him say it, just to his thoughts. Okay, so you have some weird apparatus to aid you in trying to find this person. Is there anything else that you?
No, I think that's what all. I think that'll be most of his time because he wants to kind of he wants to think about. Victor would definitely be wanting to think about. Okay, I have the means now to set up the whole effort, and so he'll probably just be thinking
That'll
about
be
that.
like your downtime activity today.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gotcha. All right, we'll come back to you. So right now, it's just sort of sitting in a drawer in your in the school or something, or on you, whatever.
Okay.
Then let's go with Grimalkin. Grimalkin, was there anything that you wanted to take care of, do, plan, plot? You're muted.
Yes, I know. There we go. I'm so not used to muting on this that I forgot to unmute my. No, I am. No, I just want to get over being drugged mostly, and then.
Oh yeah, so we'll see. It wears off on its own. You guys don't have to do anything for it. It was more like something that would severely inhibit you if they were still to continue attacking you.
Of course, yeah.
You murder fucked the shit out of all of them, so they're all gone.
Would you like to be murder fucked? Yes, you would.
I was gonna say murder faced, like from Metalocalypse, but then fucked came out. So
that's a better word. I like it quite a bit. Yes,
it is horrific. Yeah. So, what is it that you do with your down?
Well, I have no stress, so I have no wounds. So, I think...
you got your armor. Your guy's armor, I think, took the brunt of everything.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So your armor is scored and.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go pee on the ashes of my rival's house.
I love it. Are you drunk when you do this, or do you do this completely sober and very vigilant?
Completely sober. And I guess I should go talk to the people at the high table during my downtime.
Okay.
I don't have anything else to do at this point.
I will say the people of the high table, maybe not so much, but definitely Mr. Soot. Mr. Soot will meet with you if you arrange a meeting with him. Would you like to meet him anywhere specific?
I would invite him to my lovely abode.
Oh, very cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll say it's probably that same sitting room where you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Where you sought your vengeance. He sits in the chair very comfortably. Again, no security of any kind. He is simply there by himself. And he's looking around and he looks at the window, which is still probably being like repaired. So it's got like some wood in front of it that you kicked asshole out of. So he just kind of looks over. Very nice.
Thank you.
So, what is it that you'd like to discuss with me?
I'm wondering what is next.
Well, as I said before, I have my eye on you,
Yeah.
as do some of the others. What recently happened, that business with the church in White Crown?
Well, you see, they were worshipping some sort of strange flesh egg. I don't really know what it was. I'm not a cult expert, but we were able to destroy it and bring down a good portion of the cult that was working out of that church, too, I believe.
Yes.
So following up on some threads from that, I believe that is no longer going to be an issue for the good people.
No, it wasn't. Nor were they really, let's say, a sustainable means of income. They were not something that I very much enjoyed. One member of the High Table is displeased with their loss as he had his fingers in the pot, But there are other things to take their place. Perhaps ones that aren't as horrendous.
Yes, it is an irresponsible way to do business.
Absolutely.
Burning out your own people doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. And they took from anybody, not just the poor.
Indeed.
Yes. So, that, I believe, is a score 1 for me on my end. Some of the High Table, like I said, have a bit of hesitations toward you. But the way that it's looking now, Grimalkin, is very, very good. I believe once you finished your business with this group, I believe there may be some real interviews.
Good.
As far as it stands, your group as a whole can be a bit drastic or chaotic, but at the same time, I believe, whereas I've been trying to convince the High Table, that they may be very useful.
I believe a number of them can, yes. I'm
Yes.
concerned about one specifically who seems to be rash in the nature of occult things.
Well, it is
Attempted
hard to
to
escape
eat a
that.
demon's heart, for lack of a better. I think that.
Pardon?
I think it attempted to eat the heart of that thing.
Oh, a
Please.
horror. Yes.
Yes.
I don't believe the church was worshipping a demon.
No, it's a horror. I'm sorry. It's all the same.
Killing
to
a
me.
demon is quite a feat.
Yes. I'm just worried about some occult influence. And
Yes,
one
well,
another's,
it is sort of impossible to avoid that in this city, as I've noticed. Many
Yes.
things seem to be drawn towards the occult, as it is power, easy, ripe for the taking. I guess we shall see how it plays out.
yes.
It's
If
not.
I may.
Yes.
Yes. No, I was going to say, Victor, on the other hand, really just, over the course of a very short amount of time, constructed a quite usable hand out of metal and iron and whatnot.
Really?
Yes.
I've heard that he's also quite good with explosives.
Quite. Yes.
I believe he may very much have a place of use to us, as well as your thief. The assassin is good, yes, and the whisper very powerful. You do have some good players on your team. You have
Indeed.
made quite a lot of waves in the city.
Yes.
Yes,
I think for the better in the long run.
I believe so. So as I said, Mr. Grimalkin, you do have my interest, my approval, I believe, now, especially after what you've done. It's just a matter of convincing the rest, but I believe once they see that you simply have business to take care of and that you calm down after the business, I believe you will make a fine addition to our group.
Is there anything I can do in the meantime to help grease the wheels a bit?
Yes. There are people in the city who are troubling, of course. We,
Yes.
the unseen, control much of what goes on, but we are not at the top. We are simply at a very comfortable higher middle. There are those that are above us and above our power. There's one in particular that gives me great pause and great worry. And I am hoping that you may be able to help solve that problem.
You go on.
And I think right there we'll stop.
Okay.
Was there anything else that you wanted to do in your downtime?
Nope, that was it.
Okay.
Yep.
Let us go to Evany. Evany, you're probably feeling pretty good. I don't even think you have
Yeah.
any stress, do you?
I have 2, but
Oh, okay.
Eh.
All right. Do you do anything with your downtime? You want to consult with your patron demon, or did you want to sharpen your blade? You want to train with anything? What do you got anything you want to do?
no, actually, that's a fantastic idea. I think I'll do that.
Sharpen your blade or talk to your patron demon?
Talk to my patron demon.
Okay. Where do you do this, in the school?
No. I think she'd actually go back to the bar and ask everybody to leave.
The
since-
Thunder Bucket?
I mean, yeah, they
You were-
technically own it, so
The Thunder Bucket is no longer home to a bunch of billhooks. It is just normal patrons of Crow's Foot. It looks like a mix of other gangs are there, but aren't there looking for you or anything. Just like they just happen to be there. You walk in and tell them to leave, and they're like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, okay. And they all, yeah, people just bail. You are in full control of that area now. This is
Okay.
your territory. So
Okay.
you go into the bar. The bartender himself especially leaves. He's not about that shit. Chud's like, nope. And he
yeah,
bails.
no,
So you are alone in the bar, probably sitting at the bar with a drink, I would assume.
yeah.
Is there anything you want to do to call him, or shall you just wait?
I would reach out with my mind, but that's about it.
You do so, and you wait a couple minutes. You look to your left, and then you feel this horrific cranking in your neck and your ribs. It's kind of pain. It catches your breath. And you turn slowly to your right, and there he is, sitting with a drink in front of him, just looking forward. Hat on the table.
What is our next step?
I do not have steps for you. Simply tests, waiting, watching to see if you are worthy.
Hmm.
You have done well. Gave me pause in the beginning, but you have shown promise. I will call upon you when I see pain that needs dealing.
All right.
And he looks at you, peering at you with those black pits with the burning red pupil. Do you feel the power welling in you?
I do.
How do you feel?
Strong.
There's more to be had. Perhaps in time, if you are worthy and strong, you can have the heads of kings.
Hmm.
And he turns back to just staring at the bar.
I will turn and continue drinking.
You do. The pain in your bones stays for a moment and then is gone. And what is left on the table is simply a glass, empty. Okay.
Okay.
Scarlet. Scarlet, what is what are you doing? You don't feel too good, but you're doing okay.
I'm gonna go see about getting a glove made for my clamp hand.
For your big
To
ugly
indulge-
clamp friend?
Yeah, to indulge my vice.
Oh my god, you're getting a stylish clamp mitten. Essentially, it's a mitten is what you. It's the only thing you could wear is
Mhm.
essentially, you know, like the things that you grab out of the oven to grab stuff out of the oven.
Just an oven mitt. Yeah.
Like a kind of a smaller
But
stylish
but
oven
yeah, I was
mitt.
gonna say, like, yeah, they do make like very fancy oven mittens, so you could have it
You also-
embroidered.
You also could get a muff
Oh
to
yeah.
put both your hands in.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah.
That's true. It's up to you.
I think for the lulz with fancy oven mitt.
Okay, very good. So you get the fancy stuff. What does it have? Does it have anything written on it? Does it have like Scarlet written like really beautifully, or does it say like, you know?
No, I
That
would
stuff,
imagine it would be like a black fabric with some lace, because it's not an actual legit oven mitt. It's just fancy. Some
Okay.
lace work with a little bit of, nice silver shimmer and
I like it. It's as stylish as
world's
a
most stylish
claw
oven mitt.
mitten can be. It is beautiful. So go ahead and roll for your vice, because you're like, ooh, I'm buying nice things.
It probably came from a Williams Sonoma.
No, this is an Etsy thing.
Oh,
definitely
it's
an
even
Etsy thing.
worse.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Definitely
put a
Etsy
link
thing.
in the
Yeah.
chat to a. I'm gonna say mitten, but oh boy,
Huh? Did you find something?
I found something.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Now I have to.
Okay, so yes, it's. I can't describe it. It's hard.
Oh my god.
Well, either way.
It's like holding two puppies,
Yeah.
and it costs
I mean,
almost $400.
Yeah. It's a yeah.
It's big.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that's real fur.
That is probably real fur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Oh yeah.
So
But hey, for stress, I'll take that.
yeah. What are you at now? What's your stress at?
Just down to 1.
Down to 1? Okay. So I will say, I was gonna say I'll give you free -2 because Flint is dead, and I believe that that's something that would breathe. Well, now actually I shouldn't suppose that. How does Scarlet feel about that? Is that a weight lifted? Does that aid with the stress? Or would that be something that would like?
It's
her.
it's honestly conflicted. It's and I don't know how to feel about this. I've lived for so long with the intent of only thing on my mind, I just want him dead. And now that's a thing and there's nothing left. So bit of an existential crisis.
Okay, then we'll leave it as it stands. That'll be a wash. It doesn't seem positive or negative one way or the other. You just sort of almost, I guess, in shock of his death.
Yeah.
It's a whole new world, but it's something frightening about that you don't have this person to hate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, very well. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
No, other than just
You have a lot of harm, don't you? Want to heal that?
no, I only actually technically because of the
Toughness?
the toughest nails, it only did 1, and if Victor healing counted.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm
You're gnarly as
fine.
hell. You lost a hand, but you're like, yeah, it was whatever. It's life, whatever. Okay, so you're good. So that's it. You're good then for your.
Yeah.
You just want to hang out with your cat.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, you hang out with the cat. Well then, Sparrow, that leaves you. Sparrow, that was quite a job. That was quite a thing.
Yep. Oh, I wanted to have a talk with Scarlet real quick. So I'll set a scene of in a back alley we both know, but no one else would know to meet us at. Scruffy can be there as long as there is a bucket of fire.
Yes.
But Scruffy is not part of this conversation.
No, he's just smiling at you in the background.
I will show her. I will pull aside and say, the rituals done by those people are horrific. And the instructions are in my hands. And I show her the papers.
You found the instructions.
These are likely very valuable.
Burn him.
I throw them right into the fire.
You do so. Scruffy looks down at it and smiles at you and nods. Like a knowing, almost a knowing wise smile. Yes.
Thank you, Sparrow.
Sparrow hugs you.
As Sparrow hugs Scarlet, she'll
kiss.
immediately just feel the stiffness of being unfamiliar with that sort of affection for so long, and then she'll hug back after a moment.
Kiss, kiss, kiss.
As you hug, you hear Scruffy approaching and he goes, "Oh
No.
All right. It's a beautiful moment." And he's crying a little bit. That's beautiful. You guys go your separate ways, or do you hang out and drink with Scruffy?
I'm down for drinking if you are.
Have you ever been to the circus?
No.
Not you.
The circus, that place where we went last, that was the first time.
Yeah. You want to see some actual awesome shit? And she'll take you to the circus
Oh,
and show off like her personhood. Like she knows everyone there
Yes.
and introduces you to her boyfriend.
oh.
So the last time you saw him, he was covered in poop, and in a cage, but he is much cleaner now, exceptionally handsome, and is an expert knife thrower. And that's Tang O'Malley.
Tang O'Malley.
Also the twin brother of Billy, Psycho Billy.
Psycho Billy.
Yep.
I will say, if you go to meet him, he is currently drinking and hanging out with Billy. They're just hanging out. Billy doesn't say anything to you. He's just there with his family, so he's not bothering you. But he does like wave at you, excited to see you.
Yeah. Oh, Billy, how are you?
I'm doing great. Oh, I got the stuff, by the way. You don't have to worry about it.
Great.
Oh,
There's
jeez.
I killed a lot of roaches.
Someone had to.
Ah. You want to throw knives at each other?
You know,
I love it.
not right now.
I love it.
Let me have
You-
a few.
I'm,
first.
I'm,
You look-
I'm concerned
Tang,
about many
Tang is
things
getting
now.
a drink, shaking his head. He's not good at it. I am fucking good at it. You're not fucking good at it. And they start arguing. For being twin brothers, though, Billy is not nearly as exceptionally handsome as Tang is.
They're fraternal.
Yeah, they were like at the same time. They're not identical. So yeah, we can count this. Do you want to count this towards your vice?
I don't. Well, might as well. Well, no, because I could potentially overindulge.
Mm.
So screw that. I just have 2 stress, so I'm good.
Okay. So
But I do spend time hanging out with Sparrow in a personal sense outside of business
yeah,
with Scarlet.
I think probably one of the first times you're really letting, like, more than just one trusted person in. You're kind of less letting people in. You're becoming part of a comfortable group. Sort of like what just people do.
And she looks over at Scarlet and says, "If you sold them, I would have sold them with you. But
Mm.
we wouldn't
Well-
be here."
I appreciate that, but no, that sort of thing doesn't need to continue. There's enough trouble here without all of that.
Kate, you are roboting hard.
Oh
A bit,
no.
Yeah.
Well,
You're talking about drugs, Sparrow?
No.
Tang asks you. Oh, you're talking about weapons?
technically.
And Billy looks over. You're talking about big weapons?
Mystic crap.
Oh, I don't. Alexa, no. Stop listening.
Sorry, I'm not
Okay, Alexa, let's talk about gun running.
I hate that fucking thing. And Tang gets up to be like, does anybody want an extra round? I'm gonna get everyone another round. And he goes off to get more of whatever booze you guys are all drinking. And it's actually kind of pleasant. You're seeing a lot of the O'Malley family, the majority of which appears to be people who work in the circus and aren't criminals. It seems that Billy is essentially kind of the black sheep of the family. And as you're sitting here, you sort of didn't realize that you're like in a family dinner. And again, didn't really realize they've sort of welcomed you into this. I mean, you know all of these people, but a lot of them seem to be related. A lot of them are O'Malleys. And as you kind of look around, you're like, they do kind of look like each other. You know what I mean? It looks like there's a lot of them who live here, and it seems like maybe this was sort of the family business. And as they're sitting there at the table, Billy sort of starts to get into an argument with this older woman who seems to be like sort of kind of nagging at him, you know, like, when are you gonna leave all that nasty shit alone and come and work around this goddamn day in your life? And he's like, I don't need to work another fucking day in my life, Mom. Leave me be. And he's like getting like upset and frustrated with her, and they're sort of arguing with each other and other family. It becomes like this awkward. It's almost like a Thanksgiving dinner with with family, sort of like yelling at him, but it looks like they're all sort of yelling at Billy, and like one of them was like, I heard you were killing fucking wardens. What was that shit about? Like, you don't know shit about what I, you know. It becomes this big bickering thing, and as you're sitting there, just sort of like, oh boy, yeah, this is a whole lot. You see sort of somebody sit down back in front of you, and you turn to look to Tang, and it's not Tang. It is the opposite of who you wanted to see. Wesley is sitting there in front of you, welcomed himself into this room. Now the rest of the family is sort of bickering and arguing, but Wesley kind of sits down confidently with a drink, and it looks like the kind of booze that Tang was going to go get. And he sits down. Oh my, quite the rabble we find ourselves in, Oh, hello, I'm Wesley. And he extends a hand to you, Scarlet. And then pulls his hand back, seeing that you have some weird. He goes, oh, no, not that.
Yeah, sorry about that. Hi.
That's all right.
This is Wesley. He's the worst.
I'm Wesley, and I'm the best.
The best at what?
I would say acquisitions and retrieval of goods. Services rendered in that regard. I grab things for people. But sometimes, when the pay is high enough, I will grab people for things. And he looks to you, Sparrow. He's a tricky one, but he's not too bright. Unfortunately,
Billy? I
for
know.
him. No, not Billy. Oh, Jesus.
You'd hate to have Billy after you, wouldn't you?
Oh, do you really think that idiot could find me? I'm sitting at his table. Do I look worried to you?
Not worried enough.
No, not worried enough. Sparrow, I'm here for one reason, and one reason only, and that is because, for some reason, in my life, or in my mind, I see you not as someone who deserves to die. So I'm telling you that you should probably leave right now.
Will you be coming with me?
Yes, I'm going to leave immediately, but there will be, let's say, a culling of these fine people arriving post-haste. But don't worry, your boy toy is safe and sound.
Oh, good. I throw a knife into his foot.
Okay, so let's roll for this because he's pretty quick too. You guys are both pretty good at each other.
But like kind of under the table, just like,
Oh yeah. Something, and you get a +1 whenever you throw knives because of Tang. You've been working with him. You've been hanging out with Tang a lot. So
Hanging with Tang.
hanging with Tang.
Can I spin this as finesse? Yeah, this is finesse for me.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Risky standard
Yeah. Risky standard. That's fine.
with the 1. Let's see what I got. I got a 5.
A 5. Okay.
Go for
So
5.
so you do it. Now let me ask you: were you hoping that he screams and gets attention, or were you hoping that he doesn't scream and
I
keeps
was
quiet?
hoping to pin him to the fucking floor, but I don't think that was going to happen.
Okay. So
He's
you
at least going to draw some attention.
okay. So you aren't able to pin him to the floor because it's just grass and mud that you guys
Yeah.
are on right now. It's very well treaded. So as you do it, and he goes, ah! And he kind of falls back in his chair. The knife, Scarlet, you don't know what happened because you didn't really notice it, but you notice you know the scream, and you're like, oh, that's a knife foot. That's a knife in the foot scream. And he falls back, and there's a knife in his foot, and you're like, there it is. Like this, that's a knife in the foot scream. I know that scream. And he goes, Mother, what the fuck is wrong with you? At this
You're going to
point,
be a lot easier to track now.
and he starts backing up. At this point, the family kind of notices, and Billy stands up and goes, oh, that was fucking awesome, Sparrow. Who's that fucking prick? And he pulls the knife out of his foot and starts hobbling away as quickly as he can. And he goes, what's this shit all about?
Clear out.
What?
Clear. We got to clear this place.
What are you talking about?
He threatened us.
That little spitfuck.
Sims Wesley's a thief, high end. He's expensive.
We've
Right.
handled people who are expensive before. What's going on here?
He never works alone.
Noted.
At that, you hear this sound loud, strange, unfamiliar. Can't quite pinpoint it. Not an explosion, not it's coming from the pylon that's not far away. And you hear it, and as you all kind of look, you can see that there is much more electricity around it than usual. And as they the family starts to sort of get up, and Billy's like, what the fuck? And because you warned them, they begin to fuck and start to scatter and run. Billy is kind of backing up, and he turns and runs with you. And do you guys run?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he runs with you. As you all begin to scatter and run away, there is arcs from this thing, massive spews of electricity that just start decimating this fucking circus, destroying everything. You see like one of the Ferris wheel just like boom and like crumble and crack, and the people are screaming. It definitely eradicates some of the people that were running away. It didn't just absolutely mow everybody down because everybody ran. And in the chaos and in the madness as everybody's running, you can see I would say probably you get like behind some stuff like holy shit as these things are just destroying some of the little stalls and everything like that. And you see like in the quagmire and in running you see Billy, and he's just holding somebody and just like running, confused and terrified, really. He's not smiling, he's not having a good time. This is like his family. And almost as soon as it happened, it's over. The pylon goes back to normal. A lot of devastation in its wake. Half of the circus is fucking gone. It just eradicated it. And Billy's standing there holding what looks like a very badly burnt young man, probably like a teenager, you know what I mean? As he's and he looks to you, Sparrow, kind of across this like field of stuff, and he looks around. Who?
I'll find out.
What was that little man's name?
Wesley.
And you see him put his finger on the neck of the person he's holding. And he leans down and he says something, and he kisses their forehead, and some of their like skin comes off on his lips, and he drops them in the mud and wipes his mouth and walks off.
Shit.
Scarlet, it's the most awkward family dinner you've ever been invited to.
Sparrow, can I ask you a question?
Please.
Are all circuses like this?
Only the good ones.
Okay. All right. So, should we go back? Should we hang out? I don't really know what to do here.
I made him bleed. Can you follow his trail?
Now that is something I can do.
Hunt
Yeah.
or
Well,
survey.
you
I think your hunt is higher than your survey, right?
Yeah, by like 1.
Yeah, but I guess roll with that.
Controlled.
Or
risky.
It's controlled, but it's limited because of how decimated a whole bunch of this area is right now. Kind of hard to find blood in all of the mud and now
Other
possibly
blood.
other blood. Yeah. But you're very good at what you do, and you knew kind of where he was running. So
You know what? I'll go ahead and push myself for greater effect and do standard.
okay.
Why not? And there's a 16.
Fuck it. All right. There you go. Well worth it. It takes some doing. Sparrow, you've tracked people before simply because Severosi, and you've seen people track other people, but to track someone in this looks nearly impossible. Scarlet's got it. It takes maybe about 10 to 15 minutes before you were able to be like, there we go. And you start finding, specifically because you were looking at what kind of shoes he was wearing. Very fine, very nice shoes. Very different from the people who work the circus. A lot of them are wearing like older beat up boots, but those are some fine, and very classy clothes because that's the shit you do. So you're like, nope, there it is. And you're able to follow it around. Sure enough, there is blood mixed in with the mud of each of his footprints on his right foot. And looks like his gait isn't so good because he was running, but he definitely took advantage of all the destruction. And it seems that you were able to track it down to you guys are in Dunslow. So you are able to track it. He would probably to a small tenement building. Looks like kind of place he might have a safe house in. And by safe house, I just mean an apartment that he uses to lay low. Probably multiple locations like Flint had. But it looks like he went into a tenement building.
Do you want to keep going in? This is it. Or would you prefer to sit on this for a minute?
Her eyes are like kind of wild at the moment. And she just walks into the front of the building.
Okay.
I will go ahead and follow.
You don't need Scarlet for this part. You can see the blood. Not as prominent as it should be because he probably threw something on his foot. He's very good at what he does, but this was a chaotic moment even for him. And you have an expert hound. You can't. So you track it all the way up the stairs. He is on the second floor. And it leads you right to his door. It seems, I would say, the only thing that gave it away was one single drop of blood on the carpet in front of this one. He seems that he took off his shoe and hopped all the way to his apartment to try to like lose but you found it. You know where he is. And you hear kind of frantic like thrashing about inside of the apartment.
I say, give me 30 seconds and then the door's probably trapped. I don't know if you want to kick it in or not, but it's up to you.
Hey, do your thing.
I will go into the apartment 2 apartments down.
Okay. I'm gonna say probably easy enough for you to lockpick. It's Dunslow. You know what I mean? All these locks suck ass. Everything you don't even need with the kind of tools that Victor gives you guys on the reg. You're good.
Yeah.
You're in there in like 2 seconds. You go in and it is an apartment. It looks like there's only one person in there and they are just fucked on drugs. They're just like laid out. The apartment smells terrible, but you probably don't care
Right out the window.
Oh, you go past the person and they, hey, and you just sort of hop out and they're like, all right. And you are outside of the window. His window's right there.
I'll pull out a tiny mirror, like shuffling along the edge. I'll pull out a tiny mirror and look in the window using the mirror.
Okay. You want to spot him before you actually peek your head in, essentially.
Yeah, I'm not about to put my head in and have him see me and shoot me.
Okay. You see that he is busy moving stuff, and then he stops, and you move the mirror just as he was turning. You move the mirror away, and you wait until you hear frantic moving around. He did check, but you weren't peeking. You just did it with the mirror. So now he's back to frantically moving stuff. He thinks he's in the clear.
So we see Sparrow like with both of her hands against the wall, and she just fades through the wall into the apartment.
Oh my god, fucking awesome. It is silent. It makes no noise. What?
I take 2 stress.
Okay. Yes, you do. Yeah, because that's one of your powers, right?
Yep.
So you go in backwards, so you're kind of standing there and you look over. He does not know you're there because he does not have that ability. He's just very good at being a thief. And he looks like he is packing stuff. Like,
while his hands are in the bag, I'll just put my knife against his throat. Be like, who, where?
Sparrow. Look, I was doing you a kindness, wasn't I? Giving you a warning, trying to make sure that you didn't end up toast.
Your employer won't appreciate that.
You wouldn't. I was helping you.
I know.
All right, look. If you want a name out of me, you're most certainly not going to get one. I can't do that. First of all, you know about client, confidentiality. Well,
One
this
of us is leaving this city.
Come on, Sparrow. We both know that you're not a cold-blooded killer.
There's gonna be a knock at the door.
There's someone there. If you act natural, I can get them to leave. You just have to let me take the knife away and let me go to the door.
That's my killer.
Ah, the one with the claw, I assume.
And the rifle.
Understood. Long range, hard to get away. I get it.
Also, that was Billy O'Malley, and he now knows your name.
Why did you tell him my name? What in God's name, Sparrow? Do you want me dead?
Where's Tang? Who are you working for?
I handed him off.
To
Wardens. All right? To Wardens. How's that? He's fucking gone, Sparrow. Your little circus boy is gone. Relax. It's clean, it's done. They don't know about you. They didn't want you. Well, I think they knew about you, but they certainly didn't want you. They just wanted him.
I'm quiet for a moment with my knife still at his throat.
Look. You know I have a lot of money, and you know that I don't use it. I don't need it. Take what you need. I can give you early retirement. Right here, right now.
No. What do you
mean,
do,
no?
What you're going to do.
What?
Is give some of that money away. Yes, you are going to buy a soup kitchen in, let's say Crow's Foot.
You see his expression go from scared to sort of dead pan, and he goes, of course, whatever you want. And he gives you like a winning smile.
I'll be following up.
Of course he will.
I do recommend taking
that I
some
stay
time
in the
out.
city?
Maybe visiting Sevrosi.
Visit Sevrosi.
I wouldn't recommend going to the... I want to say tiefling, but that's not the word. Tigrosi lands.
I
wouldn't recommend
that.
Tigros.
I had no interest. I can guarantee you.
You might want to start getting some.
Look, Sparrow, what is this? What gives? I mean, I gave you,
a warning. And I'm telling you.
Yes, and this is just business. You know our line of work. We do what we have to do for money, or for fame, or for fun.
Money.
I don't understand where this is coming from. I really don't.
Money's nothing to you. I don't live for this like you do, Wesley.
Yes, I know.
I'm better than that.
Of course. You're better than me. And he looks down at the knife. Well, look. I didn't know that this person meant that much to you. I honestly didn't. If they really mean that much to you, then I will give you another warning. Get ready for this one. Don't go after them. Let them go, and forget all about them.
That didn't work the first time.
He just looks down.
I walk out the door.
Scarlet, the door opens and you see Sparrow. Do you leave, Sparrow? Or are you just walking away?
Yeah.
He limps and pops out the door and he goes, Sparrow, they will kill you. You will die. He's incredibly influential. You don't know what you're doing. Oh dear. And you leave.
Awkwardly wave the claw hand and follow Sparrow.
Ah. He goes inside. He goes inside and finishes packing.
He's gonna need to pack.
Yeah, he's leaving. Okay. You guys return to the school?
How far are we away from, like, you know what? I'll go back to the school because I have a question that Ebony will probably know better than anyone.
Very well.
Evan, I'll pop in on Ebony and say, Ebony, is there any nights of important mystically coming up? Any stars aligning?
Would I know?
Yeah, we can say it's what happens. Amanda, what magical stuff happens in winter?
I mean, Yule, but
Yule. Let's make it a Christmas
Okay.
episode. Yule.
great.
We had a family dinner. Let's make it's a Christmas episode
Yeah,
now.
that was Thanksgiving.
Yule. Yeah. Yule. It's cold because it was cold in October. Now it's getting even colder. Makes sense. Snow is probably softly drifting into the streets. Sure.
I was gonna say also the darkest night of the year, but there's no
Well,
sun.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no sun.
But it goes like the world is always dark in this world. But what you're talking about, Throck, is advanced darkness, and that's
I
most,
was
and
hoping
that
somebody would say
happens to also be the same day as the main Yule celebration.
Yes.
They call it huddle because you huddle together around whatever light you can find.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. What would the huddle? I love it. It's called the huddle. I really like that. That's Christmas holiday is the huddle.
I love it.
The harrowing, the huddle. This is good.
I love it.
It's also a place. It's also a time of great mourning for those that you have lost during the harrowing. You
makes
huddle
sense.
together and cry because it's also probably a time of giving in order to try to lift spirits. Yeah, that's
And
good.
to
After
actually
everyone
that,
died during the harrowing.
that trend started as giving gifts from the people who died to those
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's perfect. I love it. Yeah.
It is an old world building.
Apocalypse Christmas, like essentially.
Yay.
good.
Yay!
So we have the huddling is happening.
And do you still have that mask?
Yes.
The people that have that mask took someone important to me.
Let's get them back.
Okay.
You also have the those rings.
Yeah.
Same ring was
Oh,
on
yeah.
this person and the person who originally stole Tang
With the
was
E on it.
wearing a ring with a golden E.
Yep.
Neither of their names started with E.
Okay. So I will go to Grey Malkin.
I'm currently stuck in a conversation.
Which conversation are you in?
We cut when you were like, "There's a thing."
Oh, no. So that was going to be
time
because it ties in to what's going on.
Yeah.
So we'll say that conversation happened, and what you guys will figure out will loop back to what you need. You see what you like.
Okay.
Here's what I'm
Just-
going to say to Grimulkin, and then you can determine what you would respond with.
Yes.
Someone important to me has been taken.
Yeah.
And do you remember this ring? And I show him the golden ring with an E that we took from what's his face?
Yes.
Grimulkin, the minute you look at that ring,
Mm.
up back to Mr. Soot
Yeah.
having a small handkerchief and letting it open on the table in front of you, and there is a ring with a golden E on it. And Mr. Soot looks at you and goes, "There is a person who controls a group of people in this city, and they are an incredible nuisance. We cannot find who they are, but we know they must be extremely powerful. Do you think your group can find them?"
Of course we can. And when you say
Oh.
find them, you mean eliminate them, I imagine.
Absolutely.
I keep trying to veer my people away from bloody murder.
If you can think of a cleverer way to eliminate them, elimination has it has one meaning, but many ways and avenues by which to get there.
We'll see how it shakes out. But yes, I am sure we can find whoever this is.
My fear, though, is that tussling with this person will be great trouble. They have been able to avoid us.
Sounds like a more circumspect route is necessary.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Let's hop back. As you're holding the same ring, the other one is in your pocket.
Wonder
I-
powers activate.
I pulled the one out of my pocket and go, I was just about to bring up something very similar.
That isn't yours, is it?
Oh, no. No. I have the opportunity to increase all of our fortunes in the long term by finding out whose this is and removing their piece from the board in whatever way we need to.
Let's gather everybody.
Gather
Actually, I have one thing I need
everyone.
to check
Yes.
out first before we gather everybody. Let's
What's
meet
that?
tonight
All right.
or later in the evening.
Let's
'Cause it's
meet
always
what?
evening. Tonight, later in the evening. Because I have
Okay.
one more thing I want to do.
Okay.
I want to stake out. Remember last time when I spied on Warden Alhoon?
Yes. And Ward Nalhoon, it appeared she
To
was
be talking
speaking
to a
something.
being that was standing somewhere nearby.
Yes.
I want to stake out the standing nearby point.
Do you want to be there?
I want to be watching it. I don't want to be able to be seen watching it.
You want a different vantage point.
Yes,
and
I
make
want to
sure that-
see what she was communicating with.
Okay. You wait. And sure enough, you see as Alhoon is writing stuff down, you see them kind of shiver. And she raises her head. And sure enough, the wall, it appears, the whole place lit by like Leviathan blood, like lanterns and electric lights. They start and kind of like start dimming. And she turns, and you can see through the wall, phasing through the wall, comes a person in fine cloak of kind of, I would say probably blue and gold. And you see that there is like a hood over their head as they approach, and they seem to be speaking, conversing. Alhoon looks terrified of this person, and looks kind of like resistant to what they're saying. And it looks like Alhoon's like giving some pushback. And you see that the person holds out their hand, and you can see when they flick out their hand, there's a golden ring on their finger. And Alhoon slams her own face into the table, and then comes back up and is like, and you can see that now she is reluctantly agreeing to whatever it is that this figure is demanding. You do see that the hand was pale skin, and fingernails that were a little bit longer, but very clean. Didn't look monstrous, looked like a person's hand. But when they phased through the wall, it didn't look like the thing that you do. It looked different. It's almost like they were coming out of like the shadow of. That's why they like dim the lights so that they could enter. Like a different version of what you do,
Yeah.
but with darkness, which sucks because you're in a world of darkness. Oh, the world of darkness.
But not the world of darkness.
But not the world of darkness.
Yeah, yeah, just
Another world of
a-
darkness.
yeah.
A world that happens to be quite dimly lit.
With that, I will come back to the group.
Okay.
Because that's a lot of good information.
Very fine robes. Very fine. Expensive.
So I'll gather the group and say, someone important to me has been taken. The people who took them are going to hollow them out.
That sounds unpleasant.
It is horrific. Do you remember when we found the gentleman in the basement of the house we gassed?
Oh, yes.
He's
I
the one
remember.
they've taken again.
Oh.
It's a cult of golden masks and rings with a signet of an E.
Hmm.
These are dangerous people. They can control a warden.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
Oh,
That's pretty bad.
What we need, I don't know. The job is to eliminate the threat. To find out who they are, to get amongst their ranks, and disrupt whatever we need to, and get away. The secondary goal is elimination. So,
So you need.
let's go join a cult.
Oh no.
Oh, fun.
Costs money to have rings like this cast. These are gold. I'm sure I can ask my people and track back who made them and where.
All right.
So big bomb, small bomb.
We need to know who is at the top of this organization and then ensure that the organization is no longer functional by the time we are done.
Smaller
Is
bomb.
that-
The smallest bomb is preferred.
Yes.
Okay, I build many smaller bombs. Got it.
Little cluster bomb. Make more little bombs.
hey,
Bomb
I can
inside
test this
bombs.
out. Clack, clack.
Oh, do you want better one? And hands her the original railgun.
Your hand can shoot that. It's pretty basic.
It's gotta be basic.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Mr. Claw.
Spice of railguns. Okay.
Well, I got the smaller one. Scarlet gets the bigger one.
Venti, yes.
Sparrow, you're suggesting infiltration, and the first thing Victor starts asking about is bombs and railguns. Well, I mean,
How do
okay.
you plant bombs?
That's
Infiltration.
true. That's true. How do you
But
sneak a
knowing-
railgun into a place?
Yeah, but knowing where to bomb. So the first thing I think we do is maybe we kidnap this warden.
Oh.
Alhoon?
Oh
Okay.
no! Like I pitched. That
I
to the
like it.
group.
I liked it.
I mean, I got more through serum.
Alhoon looks like they're going to be willing to work with us.
Oh, that's
If they're
rare.
willing to work with us, why would we capture them? Why wouldn't we just talk to them?
Because it's easier.
That's a good point.
It sounds like a lot worse, actually. Like
I
things
am-
could go way worse if we tried to kidnap someone rather than just talk to them.
I am very distressed right now.
Why don't I make an approach to this Mr. Alhoon? Anyone who wants to come with me and watch over my
Mrs.
back?
Miss
I'm sorry. Miss Alhoon. Anyone
And
who wants to follow me in the shadows in case things go wrong can. But
I
if
would
we can just simply
recommend
talk
wearing-
to this person.
I'd
Yes?
recommend having the ring on you. Maybe not wearing it,
Yes.
but the thing that walked through the shadows used the ring to control them.
Yes.
So, should you need to, I don't know how you'd try.
I would not attempt to control. That seems out of my bailiwick.
Could I figure out how to use the ring to control people?
Sure. You mull the ring over in your hand. Go ahead and roll a tune, I guess.
Okay.
For that, I feel like that would be appropriate for your.
Yeah.
Or
Risky
you can roll-
standard.
or you can roll command if you have that too. Yes, risky standard. Yes.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
5.
5. As you sort of connect with the ring, with the main intention of seeing what its abilities are, it has no abilities. That is a golden ring. It has no magic attached to it, except what you notice is the at its base or at its surface. As you dig a little bit deeper, you do notice that there is something terrible within it. Not a magic that it uses, but something that it's connected to. Memories, things that this ring has seen,
Okay.
are horrific. There was a lot of pain and a lot of death associated with this thing. But you know, it's just the ring, so it's not strong enough to give you any sort of hurt or anything like that. But the people who wield these rings do bad things to people.
Okay.
Probably with more time, you may be able to like track. You know what I mean? Like use those rings to sort of find their way back. That might just take some time.
Okay.
So, Sparrow, how likely are we to face lots of not normal things?
You know about vampires?
Oh, so it's a vampire. Okay.
Probably.
Okay.
I have
Okay.
encountered them.
Any advice?
They leave a mark, but they eventually burn up most people.
Ah, I see. Okay, I have some schematics to make. Excuse me.
You have a vampire also. If you wanted to ask for advice, you do have a contact that is a vampire.
Oh.
In
Yeah. Jed.
school.
Oh,
Literally Jed.
Oh, yeah. He goes finds Jed.
Okay.
Jed, how do you work?
Well, I'm working pretty well. So I've organised the tools because you're
No,
terrible
no,
at
no,
that.
no, no,
and then I
no,
put
no.
this together. Yeah.
How do you do other thing?
Victor, you are going to have to learn how to communicate because I do not know what you were talking about.
The scary bite thing.
Oh. Well, I drink blood out of people.
Yes, but how do you do all that? How'd that work?
Well, it starts. You have to find a body.
Oh.
You have to find somebody, well, a live person, and you have to take the body from them.
Oh, I see.
I found this boy. He was alone. I thought we could be friends at first, but I didn't know that I was killing him until it was too late. He just sort of went to sleep and never came back.
Other important question.
Okay.
So can you be pushed out of body?
I think so. This is the only body I've ever had. This is the only person I've ever done this to. I walked as a ghost for a little while, and then this was the first time I ever did this. So,
anything that could hurt you?
Yes. So Spirit Bane charms I don't like them. They bother me.
Okay.
They kind of hurt my skin. If they touch my skin, it hurts a little bit.
Mhm.
So that is good. Fire is a huge no-no. I'm
Mhm.
very afraid of fire.
Mhm.
I don't want anything to do with it. Every
Okay.
time I get near it, it is terrifying. Also, I am able to see my own kind. We can usually recognize them pretty fast.
Oh.
Like
Good
that
to know.
fellow that you all hang out with a lot.
Oh. Okay. Good to know. I have experiments
Wait,
and also.
Wait.
No. Let him go. Let him continue. What experiments do you mean?
Oh, we will test many things.
On me?
Oh no. We just find others.
You want me to find a vampire for you?
A bad one, very bad one.
All right, I can do that.
Oh, good. They're going to scream a lot.
All right. So Victor is plotting.
Jackie!
And maybe we'll take our break there. 5-10 minutes.
What person do we hang out with all the time who's a vampire? And why didn't you ask?
Hey, whatever, I guess. We did that later, I don't care.
I'm suddenly very suspicious of everyone.
We'll learn that when we come back, maybe. Don't share that information with any of you. But
all
you have a good lead on how to prepare.
All right, so we're gonna take a break.
Yeah,
All right,
5-10
well-
minutes.
All right, we'll be back in a little bit.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. If you get a second during break, you should check out one of our amazing sponsors. We're now proudly sponsored by Roll20, the best virtual tabletop for all your role-playing needs. Over 4 million people use Roll20's virtual tabletop to power their favorite games. And with more modules than you can shake a stick at on their new revamped storefront, you'll definitely find something for your group to enjoy. Sign up today by clicking the link below or heading to roll20.net/start/WTTP. Tabletop Loot is an amazing place to get your dice bags, dice boxes, and more. And now you can get 15% off your purchase at tabletoploot.com by using the code WTTPDICE at checkout. Tabletop Loot. Your party starts here. While you're at it, check out our so awesome merch store, So Nerdware. So Nerdware is the place to find all your Welcome to the Party merch and other amazing stuff too. Head on over to sonerdware.com and use the code WELCOME at checkout to get 10% off your next purchase. So Nerdware. It's what the nerds wear. Devin Rue, the amazing mistress of maps, has kindly supported the channel since the beginning and provides graphics for many of our streams. Head on over to rueinc.com to check out some of the best fantasy cartography on the web. Our Patreon supports the creators and producers of the channel by providing Roll20 subscriptions, cost coverage for video hosting, and more. If you want to support the channel...
Okay.
And we're back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to Blades in the Dark. We just discovered we just discovered a few things. One, Sparrow's boyfriend has been captured and handed off to some wardens. There's a warden of interest named Alhoon, Warden Alhoon, that Sparrow wants to question or kidnap or something. And we discovered, or we believe, that the naughty person behind this kidnapping was a vampire of some influence and power, as Wesley, the master thief, was terrified by them. And Victor, you were talking to Jed and wanted Jed to find you a vampire to torture. And Grimalkin wanted to go speak to Alhoon. And was there anything anybody else wanted to do?
I'll go with Grimalkin.
I will also go with Grimalkin.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Okay, cool. Then Victor and Jed, you'll do your thing in a minute. We'll come back and you'll have already captured some of it. It'll be a whole thing. So you guys all go. I'll say that Grimalkin, you're able to set an appointment because of your status now, your hired status into nobility, which you are now technically officially a part of. And you're definitely able to get probably just a meeting, probably in their office. Would you want to get in their office or in her office?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you arrive with the rest of your people. You guys are run through. Here's the thing: is to get in there officially and not stealthing your way in or breaking in. You are searched for all of your weapons. The only one of you that still has a weapon is probably Scarlet, because she has that that ensemble that's able to hide weaponry.
Fancy vest.
So, yeah. So
fancy vest.
So you're the only one that can still have a weapon on you. Everybody else, your weapons are taken from you.
Can I attempt to smuggle at least something in?
Sure, but you're gonna have to roll for it because these are the wardens, and this is like their place.
Now, I also have a thing called Infiltrator. You are not affected by quality or tier when you bypass security measures.
Oh shit.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I'm as good at getting past the wardens as I am getting past gangs.
Okay. Then just straight roll for it. Risky standard then.
There it is.
Hey.
Nice. You
What
did
did
it.
I can't see.
All right. What you want to bring in?
46.
You wanna bring
I will
in
have
your-
an unnamed box of stuff.
Okay. All right. So you guys are brought up to her office and are let in. And there she sits. You see that she
Well, I
is
was
sort of.
kind of hoping that it wouldn't be like a whole gang of us all going in together.
Well,
You don't have to. How do you want it to be?
Me-ish, and
just-
everyone else kind of waiting in the wings in case something horrible happens. I feel like if we go and talk to this person about, mind control and vampires and all those sorts of things.
It's
We're
gonna
like a group of us who
You're
look.
ganging up on her.
We're like, yeah, we together as a group do not appear as the most safe people.
Well,
Okay.
then do we want Scarlet watching from the window and Crystal watching out for Scarlet because they're on
Ebony watching it.
or Ebony? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
You just are your character. That's the only. That's about
Accurate.
Yeah, that works.
That's fine.
Excellent.
Then just Sparrow and Grimal can go in, and Sparrow, you probably wait outside the office then.
I want to be in the office,
Okay.
but I will be quiet.
Okay, very well. Then you two enter. Middle-aged woman, kind of short brown hair, but is wearing I would say right now she's just in sort of like a fine sort of clothes, like your uniform. But you see that her armor sits on on like an armor rack, and there's a large sword right there next to her desk. But you enter. Yes, can I help you?
Yes, I was hoping we would have a word together about a certain touchy situation.
Certainly. Have a seat.
Excellent. My name is Reginald Findley III. I'm a private investigator, for lack of a better term.
All right.
I have come into the possession of something and some information, and I believe it may behoove us to speak together on this and share whatever information we have together. And I pull, in the handkerchief, I pull the ring out, I set it down, and I unfold it on the desk. I'm led to believe you know what this is.
She checks. The door is shut.
Yes, I mean.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who are you?
My name is Reginald Findley. I told you I am
Yes.
an investigator of sorts.
Right. How would you have come across this ring, Mr. Finley?
Those who I work for are interested in its origins and
do
the
you work
impact. That is between me and my employer, sadly. But I assure you I am not here to harm you or anyone in your close relations. That is not my intent. I am purely here as information gathering, nothing more.
All right. Well, I have some information for you, luckily. And she puts her hand on the ring and slides it over to her side of the desk.
No, that is not mine to give. I am sorry.
Do you try to take it from her?
Absolutely.
She just holds on. It's like an awkward.
Could I use a stress or something to make a roll and get there first?
No, you know what? Well, I'll say because you probably would have seen her and you would have been knowledgeable to keep it closer to your side.
Yes.
Let's say that your hand just goes over it first, and she.
Yeah.
Let me give you some free information, Mr. Finley. That is too much for you.
There's very little in this world that is too much for me.
Listen, you're a private investigator. I'm sure you're quite clever, but you need to leave that with us unless us handle it. We have been on a case involving that, and I'm sorry to say, but with you withholding that from me means you're withholding evidence from the wardens.
See, the
Terrible crime.
problem is I work for those who have a vested interest in seeing the wardens purged of certain outside influences that may be moving the wardens in the wrong direction, to which this ring is connected. Not everyone needs to go when all is said and done.
I see.
The wardens serve this city. They need not serve another master.
Well, let me tell you again, Finley, this is too much for you.
And I will stare her down, and I would like to make a consort roll.
Okay.
And say something like, "My dear, do you think if I was in the possession of a ring like this and understand its intentions, that anyone who sent me on this mission would ever believe that whatever I uncovered would be too much for me?" And then I'll make my roll.
I like it, yeah.
What is my thingies?
I would say risky.
Hmm?
Let's go with risky great because she is already scared.
Okay.
Not of you, but of just
Sure.
her situation sucks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's not in a great place.
Yeah, her life blows right now.
Risky standard. Do I have any
No,
bonus
no,
dice I
risky
can give?
great. I think I said.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Do I have any bonus dice I can put in on this risk?
Would you like a devil's bargain?
I would always love to at least hear a devil's bargain.
Okay. Whoever is the one behind all of this naughty, dirty business is going to hear this conversation.
Like, hear it right now or hear about it?
Hear it the minute she starts actually talking. He's going to hear everything she says. Oh, darn it. I gave it away that it's a boy. Whoops, sorry. He's going to hear everything that she says.
I think that adds to the narrative drama, and so
think
I'm
so, too.
100% all about it.
It
I
goes
like
right
it.
into his character of like, I'm in
Yeah.
control. So that
Yeah.
works.
Yeah, I the drama of it I like, so we're going to do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And it's a bonus die. Currently, I have 2 rerolls in case I fuck this up.
got
but I
it.
do not. I rolled a 6.
She stares at you because that was good what you said.
Yeah.
All right, look. I don't know who you're working for, but if they know what's going on, if they know about this, I thought that I was alone in this.
They know enough to be concerned and want to make sure that the problem is solved.
He has those that don't follow what he says. He has them either killed or taken away somewhere. I don't know. I have no choice here.
We are not looking to punish you. We are only looking for the center of the problem. We understand what supernatural influence can do. We understand the threats that can be put over families.
It's not just supernatural. It's not supernatural that I'm scared of. I can kill supernatural.
What is it?
I've killed things like him before, but he is powerful, not only in that ways, and not with his supernatural abilities. He is influential. He is
Yes, connection.
powerful in this city. Yes, in a way where power it actually means something.
So am I. So are those who I work for. It
He
has
looks
been
down-
noticed that the boat has been rocked. And so those who drive the boat wish to maintain a steady course, even if that means removing another captain.
I can tell you something. I fear giving you a name. But and she looks over at like her armor and her sword. Fuck it, I have a job to do and I've neglected it for too long. I believe you. And I believe you can help. Master Warden Brando. Master Warden
Yes,
Brando.
indeed.
As I said, power.
This conversation needs never have happened.
Rest assured, Mr. Finley, you may not have to worry about me. And you can see there is fear, but also a slight acceptance in her eyes.
Can we put you in hiding?
No.
Nowhere where he can't find me.
That
I
is-
can only hope that he has other things to do. Or that you act quickly.
Very well, we will act as quickly as we can.
He is horrific. She looks to you, Sparrow, and looks kind of in your eyes. Are you Severosi?
Yes.
Do you have your mask with you?
Uh,
Question out of me.
always.
I hear Severosis always carry their masks. May I
Those
see
of
one?
us who wear them.
May I see it?
I put it on.
He knows you're in the city.
I know he has your brother.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
then let's fix it together.
I can make sure that the wardens will not have his back. If I'm not dead first, and if you act quickly. I still have some modicum of power.
What did Tiffany Gladwell look like? That was the other name on the.
I know, yeah, the death certificates. Pretty girl. Red hair, short, freckled face, and thin girl.
Who is she now?
I believe she is a horror crawling in his estate. As is my brother. As I feared I would be.
We have a way of ending horrors.
Good. And I believe we should probably end there.
What?
Should we
Oh,
end that
the scene. Yeah. I'm like,
no. All right, good night. And that's it. And
It's
they
been a
won.
great
And he's dead. All right,
Bye, y'all.
so let's cut back to well, actually, I guess do you guys head back to, or was
Yeah.
there more you wanted to plan? I just felt like that's
no. That's all the
No.
information we need, other than going to look at this guy's shit now.
We can always flash back to anything else we need. So
Okay, so
Mhm.
Evany and Scarlet, did we want to jump to you guys doing like recon on the actual thing because you guys didn't really get to do anything that scene? Do you guys want to roll for info gathering?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So what are you looking towards? His estate?
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. Seems to be the place. So the Master Warden's estate is in Whitecrown, and it's one of the most, it is like a fortress. It is one of the most heavily guarded places ever. You don't even need to roll for me to tell you that getting in there is fucking hard. Akin to trying to break into a Leviathan ship, but not as hard as that, but still very difficult. I mean, you're looking at high walls, thick walls, and guards, like a lot of guards. Trying to infiltrate a place like this, very tricky, very hard without the person knowing that you're there. There's probably tons of runes and traps and shit to keep people from breaking in. It's Fort Knox. But you can go ahead and roll. Try to find some stuff out. Ask me some questions. But that's your initial, like, holy shit, this place sucks.
All right. I'm going to do a hunt for movements, try to ascertain basically when the best to attempt an infiltration, look for weak spots, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Assuming risky.
Yeah, risky standard.
And there's a 6 in there.
Okay.
Nice.
Here's what you notice. Those gates rarely open, except when the Master Warden, in his very lavish carriage, seems to leave and come back. And also, it appears once a night, there is one carriage of unknown origin that is brought into this place. And brought back out with looks. It looks like it's brought in with a whole bunch of like large boxes. Boxes similar, I will say, boxes marked with a green mark on it, very similar to where you found the twins in. And they are sent in, and then when the carriages leave, they do not have those boxes in them. And you remember what was in those boxes last time was people.
Yeah.
Also, that people of influence like Merryweather and other nobles were selling, were facilitating this. So that seems to be one of your best ways in and out, is either his actual carriage or this carriage full of people food.
All right.
Okay. anything from you, Ebony?
Well, we're in Right Crown, so there's no. I already know there's not going to be a whole lot of ghost activity,
Mm-hmm.
especially around a warden's place. So, nah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. That's fine.
Unless I should.
It's up to you.
Yeah. What the
Can't
fuck?
hurt.
You say that.
Risky standard. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Risky great.
Ooh.
And
Okay.
roll it. Roll that business.
Ooh.
I got a
I
crit.
want to see that
Okay.
roll business.
That entire fucking place is lit up like a Huddlemus tree. It is fucked in there. That place is fire. Spiritual fire. It is intense. Whatever they got going on
Okay.
in there is some bad juju. And it goes there, it's the ground under it, it's the area around. A lot of people die here.
Okay then.
It's almost too much to like see.
Yeah.
Like there's just a lot. So when you go in there, like if you're gonna siege the place, expect a lot of resistance. If you're gonna sneak in, just it's scary in there.
Okay.
Okay. I'll say you guys probably return back to the school, and Victor is in the process. I will say, Victor, you and Jed had captured a vicious vampire that Jed led you to. Currently on your table is a newspaper, because it's probably been like a day or two since you guys were like scouting stuff out. There's a newspaper that says like terrible accident at the carnival in Dunslow, and it was like just describes the whole event as some sort of awful accident that happened. Yeah. So you are in there, just torture. You guys probably come in to see Victor like torturing a vampire.
So it's
what are
like,
you doing, Victor?
So when they come in, it's a mixed mash of both technology and arcane. So there's like there is like a molten silver magic circle around a chair. The bindings are also made of silver. There's also semi-electrode towers put in four corners of the encirclement to also create an additional barrier, and you just see Victor like has a little box and that's connected to wiring, and he just flips the switch. You see him with the glass with like goggles over, and then you hear this wailing, and then he looks up. Oh, you're back.
So that's what you guys walk into. Is that?
Are you having fun there?
Click. Are we having fun, friend? Click.
Jed is writing on a piece of paper. It looks like this is working, but as you see how he can heal. That's the tricky bit. That's the hard part.
So how does this? So okay. How about this? And then he like takes out like a bunch of silver powder and then throws it in his face, and then turns the switch back on.
Oh, that's much better. It looks like the silver slows down the healing process, allowing you to cause a lot more damage.
Oh, okay. Now let's try this one. And he takes a flaming sword and then stabs it into its gut.
So, the sword catches.
Yes.
The fire catches, and he's like, and it doesn't look like it's gonna slow down. And Jed is backing way up to the other side of the room and seems terrified of it.
Sticks
Just,
it.
He is
Let's
burning to death.
Okay, let's try this one. And then he turns off the electrodes and then connects a wire to the sword, and then we're gonna see, and it's like, okay, safety first, everyone.
You and you have an electrified sword, very Dead Rising of you.
Yes.
As you slash into him, and he just, and it does seem to like that with the silver. He's dead. You probably have just killed him because he's on fire. But the electricity seems to definitely disrupt him. The fire seemed to work better.
Oh, that's good. This works. Good.
Uh-huh.
Now there's just a destroyed smoking corpse.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. And then opens the window. Okay, that's better. So, and then he puts the sword down. on a table. So, sorry. Did you find out more information?
Yeah.
You guys are
Yeah.
moving.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it's not good.
No.
How bad is not good?
How do you feel about fortresses?
Again, small bombs, yes, or big bomb?
Hard to say.
I can do both.
I also happen to learn this how things come in and out. Also, yay, love. Hi.
Oh,
Thank
Y'all
you,
are
Shogun.
awesome.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Shogun.
Shogun.
Aw, Shogun, what's up? That's my
uh,
Sabat buddy.
Yes.
Yes.
We were Death Brothers.
Oh.
So, how bad is the stuff? And he says to Evney,
Hmm. But yeah, it's bad.
okay, so I'm gonna need a lot of equipment, it sounds like. Okay, so we're gonna and then he turns over the jet. We're going to need to make everything portable.
All right, so we have 2 ways in that I can see. Because we need to get in and get Tang out.
And we really need to end this guy.
Oh, you wanted survivors. Oh, okay.
No, I don't. If what this person is doing is what it seems like this person is doing, we need to end them.
Oh, okay. So I'll go back to
No.
making bombs.
I would recommend for that a small bomb attached to a much bigger bomb. So the small bomb catches the cart, which is probably protected from fire or some shit. And then the bigger bomb.
Sounds good. And then he honks out this big, like, very like car battery sized container, and it clunks on the desk. I've been saving this one.
There are 2 ways in. I happen to know someone who has a lot of warden uniforms.
Oh, I like that.
You won't.
Oh,
Here's my concern.
Yes.
If we're going to make our way in, it needs to. This person is a master warden. They're going to know most wardens on site. While I believe I can probably make myself look like someone they recognize,
They wear masks.
they do wear masks. That's correct. Oh, I
Mhm.
forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah. They're actually probably in your experience, they're very good disguises. They're in armor. It's kind of clunky. It's hard to tell gender, body type.
Oh, well,
They're
never
Did
mind.
actually
we-
really, really good to hide in. It's
Forget
just it's
everything I
hard as
just
shit
said.
to get their uniforms because you have to fight them to death, and the only people crazy enough to do that were the jackknives.
Question: did we sell all the knives or the masks that we had? Because didn't we have a few warden masks?
We had spirit masks.
Spirit masks,
You had
yeah,
spirit
true.
masks from the noble's house. Some of them were broken. They were more like
That's
relics.
right. Yeah. True.
You never really took the warden's mask. You took some of their weapons, so you have some warden weapons.
well,
Like the flail that smokes and stuff. That's like their war weapons.
Well,
And the claymore.
the
And
other
the big
question.
bucket label.
So, other question I want to pose is: do we want what's his name, Billy involved?
I think that's what Sparrow was
If
suggesting.
I get those warden uniforms, Billy's involved.
Billy's probably already involved.
That-
The look you remember, you think back to his eyes, and you gave him a breadcrumb.
I also still have that golden mask. I could wear that going in.
That's another route of entrance, and that puts our timeline very tight because the only time to wear those masks is during one of the rituals.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Don't like
I
these
do
rules.
believe that a less obvious. We sneak our way in from below if we can.
All right.
Forget about uniforms. Forget about masks. Forget about anything that adds additional complications. Feel like our best goal is to get in, do what we have to do, and get out. And we get in the most silent way we can. We know the sewers better than most. I think that's our best way to go in.
You'll die. And you hear a voice in the room.
That Frank?
Nope. Scruffy.
Ivan. Oh.
And he is just standing in the corner drinking.
Hello, Scruffy.
You're gonna
What do
die
you
if you
know?
go there.
When did you get in here?
You can't sneak into his place.
Let me
How
see
do
your
you know
hands,
that?
Scruffy.
What?
Let me see your hands. You wearing any rings?
No rings on me. Would have sold them.
Scruffy, how do you know that?
I used to work with Brenda. And he puts his bottle down. Before he was a master warden.
Speak and you shall be
Go on.
rewarded.
Well, we traveled together. Long time ago. And then after we died, we traveled together some more.
Yep. I knew it,
and
but yeah.
we became vampires together. And Jay goes, see, I told you.
I
But I like
pull out
this
my
one.
knife very slightly and say, "Were you on the train?"
No,
I put my knife away.
we separated from each other when he started to turn for the worst. We have very different ways of feeding. And he got far too involved in his, and well, I guess I'll count myself lucky. I don't have to hurt anybody to feed.
How do we
Aw,
do
He
this?
feeds with hugs. I love it.
Well, I can get you in, but he's gonna know.
You said
It's-
we're going to die if we go in. I would prefer not to die.
You're
and that
gonna
means
die
either
if you.
no-
You're gonna die if you try to sneak in. He's
All right,
got
go on.
horrors in his basement. He's got traps galore, but he is theatrical. He likes to show off. He likes to dance around. In a lot of ways, he's a fool, but not when it comes to preparation. But his showmanship, he gets ahead of himself. He always thinks himself above and stronger than the people around him. He'll underestimate you if he sees you coming, which I know isn't your way.
Getting ourselves invited over for dinner is what you're saying.
And I can get it.
Tim?
I can get you to him, yeah. I can get you sitting at the table with him.
How?
Like I said, we go way back. We was friends.
He'll want to show off his power.
Yes. Show
Mm.
that we are easily controlled by him should we simply walk into his lair.
He
I
comes
imagine.
by every once in a while at night. He finds me in the city and taunts me. I think he would like the opportunity to show me everything he has.
I say it's a dinner date. Let's make it happen. Team?
Sure.
Hmm.
All
I'm
right.
not wearing a dress.
No one would ever expect you to wear a dress.
Neither am
I
I.
occasionally do, but not to this.
I
All
always
right.
wear dresses.
Find the best way to hide the most important things you need to bring with you on you. We will likely have to fight our way out afterwards.
Yeah, probably. All right.
Okay, I'm gonna have to make things
See what I can
extra
do.
portable.
Jed starts going. I'm gonna work with you. So,
And I go, Victor, how do you feel about mortars?
Oh, that's easy. Because and then he pulls out a mortar. I
and
only
we'll cut there. So let's cut to. What are we all wearing to our dinner date?
Well, I'm wearing my finest, of course.
Of course.
Okay, of course, of course.
Wearing Grey
Scarlet,
Malcolm's
obviously.
third finest.
a little this one has like a little bit of blood on the collar from where he has like fought somebody and like got that blood on it. You're like, oh damn it.
Leave it its color.
There you go.
I like it.
Very good. 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 I've never actually played that, Crystal.
You are one of the people I would want to run Ravenloft.
That would
for
be
me.
The Curse of
Yeah.
Strahd.
That would be
I have,
so
Oh
much
my
fun.
God.
I've always
Ah.
wanted to. I know nothing about it. Well,
Please do.
Yes.
we
Same.
we can
Talk
we
about
can
it.
gush
I am
about this
down
later.
for
Let's
that.
talk about this later.
Yeah.
Rabbit hole.
So, how do you guys arrive? Like on carriage? On Scruffy doesn't know. He was just gonna walk in. He was like, "I'll just walk up to the gate, right, and knock." But like, I assume you guys want to be
No.
more. Yeah, Grimmalkin, this is
Yes.
your.
We are going to come in style. I will rent us a very nice horse-drawn, not goat-drawn
Hell
carriage.
yeah!
Yes.
Ooh.
And we will talk more about the Ravenloft thing later. I saw it in chat too.
Okay.
Yes.
Drawn, not horse-drawn. I mean, horse-drawn, not goat-drawn. And we will have sent ahead a messenger to let him know we are coming in to expect us to come
One
and
of-
speak.
One of your blind.
Yes, and I will return the ring with it so that he knows what's up
Okay.
without
messenger?
saying what's up.
He
Your
only knows
messenger
we have
did
one
not
ring.
return.
Yes, he only knows we have one ring, and so if everyone's okay with that, I'm using one resource. Well, yeah.
That's
Well,
fine.
Yeah,
you're
whatever,
also
yeah.
using a messenger.
The messenger did not
Okay, we
return.
lost our.
Of course
messenger.
not. The messenger is now dinner. I make it one of the worst students we
he
have
was an
who I don't
asshole,
like.
to be honest.
we
He
go.
was such a dick.
He was gonna
but-
he was gonna get more coal for the huddling.
Yes, but I do make sure his family's well taken care of.
He didn't have family. That's why. He
Oh,
chose
okay.
him.
Well, then fuck that guy.
That's so fun. Anyway, so you arrive. The gate opens for you. You do see that there are plenty of guards around, armed with both normal rifles and definitely wardens who are like standing on duty. You go past the thick walls and continue, and you make your way. Your carriage is parked for you, and you make your way in. There you stand in the grand main sort of hall, and up there is what appears to be like this massive sort of double staircase. You know what I mean? That's just sweet ass shit. And this place is fucking massive and elaborate and beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Ebony, the minute you step foot through the threshold of this place, you feel a little dizzy and lightheaded. That soon passes. But you can tell you just stepped into a threshold of intense magical essence.
Yes.
It's very powerful here. You will get a +1 to attune while in this building. Yes.
Okay.
But that also means that also means that spirits and shit are dangerous in here.
Oh yeah.
So thank God for Victor and all of his crazy shit that he has. So you guys are brought in, and there is a wizened old man in like a butler outfit at the top of these stairs, not your host. He goes, "Have you arrived for the dinner?"
Yes.
Yes.
And it's all of you and Scruffy,
Something
who's
about your throat.
fuck you. And so he goes, right this way. And Scruffy walks forward, still in his homeless clothes and with a bottle. And he goes, come on then.
Dear.
And actually, as the butler walks away, Scruffy turns around and he goes, any of you feeling a little down? Does anybody have stress?
No.
Yeah.
I have 2.
I am
Hugs.
back up to 3.
Bring it in.
I give him a hug.
I'll give him a hug.
You hug
too.
Scruffy. You are now without stress.
Ooh.
Yay.
And you feel a
Yay.
little more comfortable. You feel a little better, even though he smells like pee.
Yeah.
And he lets go,
it's
and he
fine.
has his
potion
bottle.
at the beginning of the dungeon.
It's
And
the
you
save
get-
point.
Yeah,
It's the
the
save
fact
point.
that-
this is that bullshit where they give you like 6 chests, and you're like, this is awesome.
I see what's happening
What's
here.
in there?
Why do I have full ammo and full health? No shit.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
you feel much better, and he goes, like I said, I'm a lucky one. I feed off
We're
of
lucky to have you.
that negativity. All right, let's go. And he takes a swig as he walks. You all are brought into the dining hall. Massive, long table sits before you of dark wood. Beautiful what are they? Candelabras? Are those the things
Mhm.
that hang from the ceiling?
No, chandeliers.
Chandelier.
Okay, are candelabras the things on the table?
Yes.
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 That's what I meant.
I'm sorry, I need to say this out loud. Is there a thrice-pronged candelabra?
Of course, there's a
Thrice-pronged.
thrice-pronged candelabra, a
Thank
large one in the center. Other candelabras sort of split down the middle of the table. Beautiful chandeliers hanging from the ceiling. A lot of widespread of different foods already sit before you at the table, and you do also notice that there are several other people at this table, all of which are wearing robes with golden masks. There is about, I will say, probably 10 of them, 5 on each side. So 10 total, and they are all sitting staring at you kind of in unison. And at the end of the table is a tall figure, beautiful blue and golden robes, and one of the golden masks, but sitting a little differently than the rest, and at the head of the table, of course. You are all brought to your spots, all next to each other and across from each other, and you sit down. Who wants to be the two to sit next to actual people? Actual masked people. Do you want to be one? Okay.
Yeah.
Sparrow, you're sitting next to one of the masked people. And
I will.
Ebony? Okay, yeah.
That
Ebony-
makes no sense.
All right, Ebony, you're there. Victor, you're, I would say, right next to Ebony, because I feel like you guys are a pretty cool, unique combo of moves.
Yes.
And then Scarlet, you're across from Ebony. Grimok, I assume you want to be as far away from them as possible.
Yes,
Okay.
because, well, yes.
Actually, I'm sorry. Sparrow, you have to sit at the other end of the table. You have to be opposite of the host. I apologize. So Scarlet, you can be where Sparrow was, and Grimulkin, you're next to Scarlet.
Why?
It is her spot in the table. The butler, it is where she is to sit, sir.
Oh my god, really with the voice. You really need to go get there. I know an excellent physica who can help you with the wheeze.
Suck my old balls. And he starts pushing, and you, Scruffy has a seat, probably next to Scarlet. He is not the guest of honor. And as you all sit, there is sort of dead silence in the room. And the figure in the golden mask stands in the blue and golden robes and says, "Well, it is a pleasure to finally meet you again," and stares at none other than you, Sparrow. How wonderful. How absolutely fantastic. And I cannot believe that you, of all people, brought to me an old friend. And he looks over at Scruffy, who does not look at him and is just looking at the table, and he goes, "Come now, Silas. Give me those beautiful eyes." And he goes, "There he is. The great high horse himself." Well, welcome to my home. I am your host, of course, Dionys Brando, and it is a pleasure to meet you. And he pops off his, I think you saw some little something there, Throck. And he pops off his mask, and it is a very handsome man. He takes off the hood, and he has a beautiful long blonde hair that kind of goes about like neck length, very styled. As he slicks it back, he's very well groomed, but his fingernails are a little long and sharp. And as he smiles, he does not hide the very sharp fangs in his mouth. And as he announces his name, all of the masked people clap. And then he moves his hand, and they all stop and put their hands on the table. And he goes, "Now, what do I owe this pleasure? Why is it, after all this time, that you finally sought me out?"
Now look at Sparrow.
Look at me, not the table.
I take a moment and then I look up and say, "I wanted to thank you for bringing me to this city. I've
Really?
had opportunities here that I would never have had in Severos."
Is that all? A simple thank you. You could have written a letter.
We're too close for that.
He did not expect that. I guess we are. And he takes off his robes and puts it down on the chair. And you can see he is a very well-built person. The robe is sort of betraying. This man's ripped and big. He's wearing beautifully fine clothes. Grimalkin, you can't even get clothes that nice. And you're like,
Question.
yes,
I have a plan formulating in my head.
very well.
Would it have been possible to get 5 golden masks and 5 sets of robes for us to bring in with us?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Perfect.
I got you. Well, I guess we are. Do you still carry that mark?
I treasure it.
You know, I never forgot you. I have killed countless in the vast amount of years that me and Silas wandered. Whelps, peasants, parasites, people that just got in my way meant nothing to me. But you denied me. And I never forgot your face. It haunts me still. As you sit there, I can see the crying woman on the train, ripping me from her and casting me out into the speeding wilderness. But I guess bygones will be bygones. And we ought to be friends. Isn't that right?
What I have is not enough. This is too temporary. What you have is not temporary.
No. I've set myself up excellently in the city. I am unstoppable. And all of the people clap, and then they put their hands down. Not only can I not be killed, but I cannot even be arrested. There is nothing this government can do. And all it took was grabbing the right body and greasing the right pockets. Yes, I believe there is a lot you can learn from me. But why would I let you anywhere near my orchestration, my organization, my project?
Because you're bored.
And
Need a rival.
Scruffy looks up to you like,
These people clap at your whim.
yes, the enthusiasts do bore me from time to time.
You've never had someone fight you and win. Except for once.
Not since that day. No.
So,
And you can see his nails grow a little bit longer. And his eyes brighten a little bit.
now,
You can see aggression in him as you said that.
killing me would be simple. What you need is a counterbalance. Someone to push you. A nemesis and confidant who won't settle for 5 clapping stooges.
Well, you... 5?
Oh, well, are there 10 of you? I'm sorry, I didn't count them as they don't matter.
Okay, I thought this was like a trigger thing you were gonna do. Okay,
I
sorry.
can't think
sorry.
of what it would trigger.
That's
but-
fine.
Yeah, I thought.
I
there
thought you were
5.
like, go, basically.
And them all be our people. No, that would be good.
Well, 5 of them maybe, because of Grimalkin.
Maybe.
Do you want that to happen?
So my plan was to, knowing this dinner was coming, have 5 of our elite rooks intercept 5 of the people who were coming here early
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't think he'd think about it, and wear these and just be here until we needed them.
Now, do you want them all to be rooks, or do you want one of them to be
A what?
somebody who already has a stake in this and is already quite upset?
We could have 2 of them be someone special.
Yeah. Fill me in on the detail for that
So,
because I might be
here's what I'm
blanking on
thinking
it.
about 2 of
Yeah.
them. One of them is a madman who likes knives. The other is a warden who is under duress. They fight crime.
Yes.
I actually
that is
wasn't thinking
beautiful.
about that. I love it. I
It's
love it. I
actually
love it.
perfect.
Okay,
Yeah.
because otherwise I was gonna fucking cut her in half. But I like
Yeah.
this better. Ooh, yeah.
So
Okay.
they're both with
Yes.
us in the masks, along with 3 of our rooks.
Along with Kyle, Bill,
Yes.
and now your last and final rook. Is
Yeah.
this someone?
It's Brendan.
Oh yeah, the crow. Okay,
yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Brendan,
yeah.
Yeah, Brendan, the crow I saved. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ass whoopers. Okay.
Yeah.
And at Lord Brando saying, "Wait, 5. Do they all stand?" Or did you not want that to happen just yet?
Sparrow, it's your show. I only put the pieces on
Your
the
show. You
the
don't
board.
even have to.
Yeah.
We
I
can
make
continue.
a hand signal, a pre-planned hand signal that says kill the other 5.
Okay, Victor, what are they armed with? as the masks come off and the hoods come over, we have fucking Psycho Billy, we have Warden Alhoon, and we have the 3 ass whoopers of the Phantoms, Bill, Kyle, and Brendan coming out.
yep.
What do they have?
Can you
So-
just light Billy's hands on fire for him?
Oh no, it's even better than that. It's even better than that. I give him brass knuckle daggers, the ones that are like, brass knuckle with a dagger attached to it,
Ooh.
and they are nicely imbued with silver, with alchemical silver, and they also have a little bit of an accelerant laced into the surface, so it can ignite and burst into flames by clanging them together.
Oh my god!
And
Like a certain mage?
Can it be that the brass knuckles are brass knuckles and the knife is in the handle, so it flips
Yeah.
out, so it's still technically a jackknife?
oh yeah, yeah.
So it,
Yeah.
oh god, that can actually like be a weapon. That's
Yeah, yeah.
great. Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
D&D weapon. Okay,
And-
beautiful.
Yep, and then for the warden, just because
She already has the big sword. Did
Oh,
you
no.
want to amplify?
oh yeah, no, we gave her, I outfitted her with also firearms with bullets, laced with alchemical with liquid
Phosphorus?
with phosphorus and also silver in the inside.
Beautiful. I
and,
love it.
And
I
then
love
for
it.
the
I
rest of
love
our
it.
boys, they get they have also they just have the regular brass knuckles, but I outfitted them with special grappling hooks that are even more reinforced than normal, and they're meant to actually like pierce right into their face or their bodies so they can just yank them.
You gave them weaponized grapple hooks?
Oh yeah.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. So as the fucking cloaks come off, the first one is Alhoon takes out pistols and boom boom and blasts into the chest of one of the people in front of him who and launches like some lightning at her, but she simply like covers up and you can hear as there's like armor underneath the cloak. Billy is running across the table and Jumpin' just Superman punches the shit out of one of the people who's getting up, just taking them down. The boys are firing grapple hooks except for Bill, who reached over the table and is grabbing one of the masked people and just slamming their face into the table as Kyle is going under the table to try to like tackle one of the people. This madness begins to ensue, and you see the face of Brando like through all of the chaos, and you see him simply what do you all do? He seems to be raising his hands, getting ready to do something. Who goes first? What happens?
I
is
go
it,
first.
Is it War? Yes, you do, because
goes
you have that
first.
ability.
Mhm.
Yes. I know what I'm doing.
What do you do?
I know. Okay.
I'm gonna go around in the order that you guys are sitting here, so it's gonna be Grimulkin, you're on deck.
All right.
All right.
I'm expecting him to come directly for me.
You wait for him to move towards you.
I wait for him to move towards me, shifting some things around, getting them ready.
Okay. You're holding your turn,
Yeah, basically.
Grimulkin.
Yes. I want to shoot him in the throat with
Okay.
the spirit gun.
Okay.
Yes.
With the Sevrosi gun?
Yes.
He rises,
Yes.
not by jumping, by levitating, and then just and comes like over the table, over all of your fighters as they're fighting with these people who are like basically mages. They're fighting these crazy powerful mages. As he comes sweeping over, Grimulkin, roll that dirty business.
Yes, I will roll that dirty business.
It'll be desperate. It will be desperate, limited because of how powerful he is.
I would like to, if possible,
Raise that to standard.
raise that to standard with some what is it
your-
called?
Some of your
Stress.
moxie.
Yes.
Okay.
Using my special powers of stress to raise that.
You get super anxious, and then
Keep them. Mwah. Okay. So right now we have four. Just to let everybody know, we have a total of 6 rerolls going into this. But I got a
Nice.
6.
nice.
And
As you boom, as it hits him. It definitely is. He's bleeding out of his neck.
Well,
It fired through. but
The
it did not
intent was
kill
to make
his-
sure he could not talk.
Oh, very well. Okay.
Silence
Yes.
him.
Nice.
Boom.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
it's the first time you've seen this gun not kill
Yes.
a spirit, because you were killing the other vampires during,
Oh, yeah.
during the harrowing. He did
Yeah.
not die from the shot, and
Yeah.
just and you can hear like blood coming out. Sparrow,
Nice.
he is going to be right in front of you. What do you have planned?
You know how I love the glowing plants?
Yes.
And you know how he has shadowy powers? I've made a paste of those plants.
Ooh.
I like it.
And I want to put it on this, and I want to put it, like, I put my hand in my pocket, it comes out glowing, and I slam it into the side of his face.
Okay.
I love that.
He will hurt you at the same time that you do this.
That's,
Is that
yeah.
okay? Okay. So you bam, and just basically slap the shit out of his face, like just and I won't even have you really roll for it. He's just slapping him, and he's not defending from it. He's not worried about it. He does not
Yeah.
fear you. As he digs his claws into like your chest. All right.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
I have a Leviathan bone breastplate. Or Leviathan bone corset.
Okay, we'll say he
depending on-
grabs you at the ribs then, so you can use
Yeah.
that.
So, yeah, he grabs into that, probably.
So he would do, because his fingernails are like daggers, so he'll do like two harm to you
yeah,
as
that
he just into
checks
your
off
guts.
my armor.
So your armor is sundered, but you are still like fine as he picks you up and throws you to the far wall as you get slamming into a painting, and he has this goo on his face, and as he kind of like wipes it off, it just spreads more. Like he can't get
It's
rid
like
of it.
those guys who cover themselves in silver makeup. Everything they touch,
Mhm.
like if he touches the side of his
It's
face,
just
it's on his
more.
hand.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
see that some of it's well, no, because he didn't touch it. So yeah, it's just more on his hands, and he's like insolence as he kind of floats there.
And the flowers are pure life energy, aren't they? They're stolen life energy from people
Yes.
killed by this cult.
Yes,
Okay.
I don't know if it would burn him necessarily.
Yeah.
Uncomfortable.
He's not going to be able to walk in the darkness while
Nope.
he glows.
Nope. Because the lights going out was the next thing that was going to happen. So fuck you. Thank you. you screwed me over with one of his awful abilities. Ebony,
Preemptively, too.
he's floating like 10 feet in the air. But you might be able to jump and reach him, or you could you do hear what sounds like people coming in the hallways. Like this might turn into a bit of a melee if you want to try to cut off reinforcements. You could also help them kill some of the wizards or the whispers. There are other whispers.
I think I'm just gonna use Tempest on him.
Okay, fuck him. Yeah, do it. Hit that motherfucker with some lightning. All right, so you fucking just and call it down, and through the roof of his fortress. Oh, would it be able to penetrate though?
I'll just have it come through my hand.
I
It's
could have
easier.
gone
Okay.
over near a window
Sith
too.
lightning.
Okay, I love that. I love the idea of that. You went to a window, and as he floats towards you, we see him like floating, like the insolence of you, you fool! And the outside, you see, and just through the lightning, he gets slammed to the lightning bolt and goes, "Motherfucker!" as he just gets slammed into a wall, and you can see this charred sort of patch on his fine clothes, and he hits the ground, and it's like, and you see some blood come out. Oh. I'm sorry, he probably wouldn't have been able to talk because Grimulkin shot him in the fucking throat.
Yeah.
So he lands on the ground, just and spits up some blood, stands up, looks at, you can see it like both are beginning to heal. And he goes, and readies himself. Scarlet, you do hear reinforcements coming. But he's also still up. This man looks hard to perish.
How possible would it be to do a flashback to get said claw hand silver plated?
That's like one stress I would make you do, because that's not that big or intense or crazy, and it kind of makes sense. I would say Victor probably would have done that for you because he just learned that silver is really good at hurting them. So yeah, I'll give you. You know what? I'll give that to you for free. Fuck it, because Victor was already doing that as his like downtime thing, as his info thing. So I'd say you just have that.
Okay, and you said he's heading towards the window?
No, he got blasted.
No.
He just got rocketed.
Blasted,
He's actually
yeah.
closer. He's closer to you. He just hit the wall and fell to the ground, so he's no longer floating. So you could like run up behind him. You're maybe like 10 feet away from him. If you just like, and you want to grab this.
I'm going to run up behind him and grab him by the throat, trying to basically grapple him essentially.
Okay, as he turns, you come. I'll say you're able to just like hit him, and it starts to sizzle as he's like, keeping him again from speaking. As he's like, and what do you want to do with him? You want to try to like bring him to the ground or something?
Bring him to the ground, grapple him, basically. Just
All right, you're gonna have to roll for that. 'Cause he's strong as fuck.
desperate.
Desperate. Limited or no effect, because bringing him down, you'll have to probably push yourself just to like keep him steady. Otherwise, you're going up with him.
I will go ahead and spend the 2 stress to bring that limited to standard.
Yeah. Okay. We'll say that. That way, you're able to like do something with it.
And there's
Nice.
a 6 in there.
Nice.
And as you do, so just the force of your arm isn't enough to push him down, even with sizzling his throat. But you kind of sweep his leg, and like, unless you want to headbutt him, how would you bring someone? How would Scarlet bring somebody down to the ground? Some horrible vampire monster.
In this particular instance, I'd go for a low sweep.
Okay, so you bam,
Kick the feet out from under him.
You fucking like Muay Thai kick his fucking legs out from underneath him as he's like, and you just boom and hit him to the ground. Victor, as soon as he hits the ground, the doors bust open and you see what looks like his guard coming in. It looks like they're wardens, but as they run in, you hear these noises from them, and they're like they make these like raspy kind of noises, these screams. And as Al Hoon shoves her sword into one of the wizards, and like she pulls out the guns and goes, "They're not of my people," and starts boom, 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 and like firing at them. And they like, what do you do?
Oh, well, so I'm going to do a flashback first.
Okay.
Flashback is I already had rigged the carriage to explode with silver mist.
Ooh, okay.
So it's not going to be a
Just
fire
using-
explosion, but it's a silver mist, so it's going to make them very vulnerable.
Okay, cool. So we will say that we rewind and we see as they park the thing and they're standing there. As soon as you gave the thing, the whole carriage exploded and covered them in silver. So as they run in, you can see it's sort of like sizzling on them. They were already hit by it.
Mhm.
That's the idea, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So as they run in, they are weaker. And now what do you do?
Okay, so other big thing is, so he's down to the ground now, right? So
Yes.
Okay, so Scarlet brought him down to the ground. All right.
Dionys Brando.
All right. So let's see. We're gonna bring back the nice old-fashioned sword of destruction, but this is the thing. He takes off the robe, and you actually see this Leviathan oil electrode system backpack. And he just just attaches the heart like a cord to the bottom of it, and you just see the whole blade just become imbued with electricity.
It's just
Oh yeah,
crackling.
Victor is the steampunk master.
It's true.
Yes.
Is this a KOTOR lightsaber and that's the Old Republic lightsaber?
yes, yes. It's all BioWare graphics, so it's actually just all frazzling everywhere.
So this thing is like, yeah, it's arcing off of like the table, off of stuff nearby, off of you occasionally,
Mhm.
just like it's connecting to like whatever armor you have on. Are you charging for them?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not going for them.
You're charging for him.
I'm charging for him. And
Okay.
let me see. So we have I have Ghost Fighter now as a thing, so that means I get extra potency against supernatural creatures. Fuck yes.
Nice.
Yes.
So this is gonna hurt like no tomorrow.
Take an extra die.
Yay, I get extra die. Well, okay, so it's gonna be, is it risky, standard?
So everything against him is desperate now because
Okay.
the fighting has started.
Okay.
So it was gonna be desperate limited,
Mhm.
just because he's so fucking I'm a powerful bad guy. But because of that, I want to say it pushed up to standard, and then if you want to take another one, you can increase that.
Okay, so I'm gonna
'Cause you just got
okay.
it for free,
Right.
But I think you took stress to use that ability, right?
No, I didn't. That one doesn't require me to have stress at all. I just have
And that's
extra
perfect.
potency. So it's standard right now. I'm gonna
Yes.
push myself to make it
Desperate standard.
great, and then
Okay.
I get one die from Grimulkin. Do I get another die from Scarlet, kind of helping restrain him a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. For this split second, yes.
Okay.
Since you are
Double
choosing to
sixes,
act on him right
double
now.
Sixes, double sixes.
Okay, so we're going for a
double
wreck, and here we go. Oh my! Okay, I'm
You wanna
re-rolling.
use a
I-
reroll?
I,
Okay.
I,
Use
I,
it.
I am so re-rolling that.
we
Use
have
it.
6.
Do it.
We have
It's
6.
okay. That's not.
Yeah.
Hey guys, that's not that bad of a roll. It's okay.
It's,
actually
but
not
we
a
went
bad
double
roll.
sixes on this.
roll
like,
that shit. Roll that shit.
Watch it be all ones this time.
Holy fuck.
Fire.
But hey, you still got the 5. You
That's.
have the
fine.
five
I'll
left.
take the.
Yeah.
I'll take a 5. I'm okay with a 5. 4.
Hey, do you want to take a devil's bargain so that I'll give you a reroll instead of an extra dice?
I'll listen to the Devil's Bargain for the reroll.
Okay. You'll hit him. And this is just for a reroll.
Uh-huh.
You get to reroll to try to hit him.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, he gonna hurt you. Ooh, he gonna hurt you, boy. He gonna
I
get you.
I'm okay with that.
You-
I'm okay with
Okay.
that. So,
Okay.
all right, let's see. Great. And here we go. Oops, forgot the 2 dice. There's triple sixes!
Yes.
Right.
I'll
You
take
only
my
have to roll
licks.
the same dice 3 times. to get
Okay,
triple sixes.
this isn't gonna be. No, you're not gonna kill him because he's
No,
still gonna
no.
hurt you. but you're
I'm
fucking
gonna
hurt
get
the
my
shit out
licks.
of him.
I want my licks. So dish it out.
Oh yeah. How do you? What are you doing?
So
How do you
basically,
fuck him up? You, like-
so Victor's gonna take the cue from the silvery wardens coming in, and he's gonna take off his cloak and supercharge the blade and swing and charge straight for, as if he was gonna run through the Master Warden.
Okay, so as the Master Warden, as Dionys Brando stands up, like forcing Scarlet to come up, still holding him as he and grabs your already gone hand, and you feel like ice begin to form over the claw, and you're like, what the fuck? As he just and he looks and he just goes, oh shit, and Victor is just and he like a truck just takes vampire lord, this vampire master, right away from you as you just whoo, and you pin him to the wall with this lightning fucking death sword as you just as it's like, and you see the electricity is arcing across the walls and like eating into the walls and beginning to set fire, because this was wreck at the end of the day, right? Yeah. So the lightning is starting to like catch fire to these beautiful paintings and tapestries that he has, and fire begins to erupt, which he doesn't like. So as the fire begins to pull and you shove the thing in, he grabs I'm gonna say like the back of your head and your arm and bites into your neck.
Ow.
And just breathes deep the beautiful elixir of life. And
Except it all comes out his throat because there's a giant hole there.
I will say some of it does, but the hole in his throat also begins to heal rapidly.
Sure.
He can't heal a lot because he's getting electrocuted in his tummy. But like some of these other superficial wounds, his throat starts to the smaller wounds close up as he's. And you are going to take. Hold on. It's gonna be either 3 or 4. I'm gonna roll a d4 to decide this. 3 or 4.
Well, 4 would be dead, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's
he'd
not
have to
4.
resist it. He'd have to resist it. Also, do you have any armor? He's biting on that neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say 3 or 4 gives you 4. A 2 will give you 3 harm. So you are like, and like drained from him as he and throws you to the ground as he pulls the fucking sword out, and it's like, ooh, you did rock him. He is hurt. Everything is gonna have 1 extra effect because of this. Everybody gets a little bit harsher of a thing.
Am I able to resist that to 2 by chance?
Yeah, if you want to take the resistance, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I have a it was all part of the plan sort of move.
Okay.
Okay, like to get close to him and get bit.
So no, yes. Well, to run him through with the
Nicely
expectation that
Nice.
he might have been
5.
bit. Oh yeah, nicely done. So you're only gonna take 1 stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Victor made some incendiary rounds for fighting, or some incendiary grenades for fighting a vampire. And what's the best place to put an incendiary grenade other than inside the vampire? The problem is getting inside the vampire is difficult unless you have a giant electrical sword with which to run them through.
And now you have a big hole.
And now I have a big hole.
I like that. I
love
it. So is this technically like a flashback?
So it would only, if we didn't already have incendiaries, it would be if there was some sort of fire stick thing. Yeah.
Sure. Let's say who's putting it in them?
I feel like it's a Sparrow thing.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's got to be, if it's anyone. It's gotta be Sparrow.
Even better. Oh wait, I'll do the flashback for this one. I'll take the flashback hit. I give Sparrow a nitroglycerin dagger.
What does that even mean?
I don't even understand what that means.
So
There's
what
a
would
vial
be,
of nitro.
It's
Inside
basically
the
a
handle?
throwing knife with a hollow point, and it's going to break when it hits.
Oh
Yeah.
my fucking god! And you're
But
really good at throwing
nitroglycerin
that.
is just an explosion. I don't believe it's fire.
I
Well,
mean,
we could
it'll
add some
still
thought. We
fucking
could add some
hurt-
thermite to that.
It'll
Because-
still hurt him if you want
Thermite's
to go with
powder.
nitroglycerin.
That's not that
Well,
terrible.
I'll tell you
We
what.
need
I'll
it
tell
to
you
be
what.
fire, is the thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
Tell
it's
you what.
napalm.
Oh yeah.
It can be it can be just.
Well,
like
there is
quick
alchemist
fire.
fire in this system, so yes, we can definitely make it alchemist fire, big
There you go.
napalm.
So,
I'll happily take the stress for that one.
Okay. And to make sure that that Sparrow is free for this, Ebony or Scarlet, who is cutting off those wardens that are coming in, because they're coming right for
I
you
will.
guys. Okay, I want you to roll for fighting them with your whip sword.
Okay.
Yeah, don't forget you get the bonus for the fact
And-
that they're silvered. They got silver
And
misted.
then- Yes. Oh, all the
Okay.
weapons are.
No,
Well-
the vampire.
Oh yeah. Yes, you get an extra die on top of your crazy bullshit amount of dice that you get to roll for sword
Which
cutting,
is a lot.
Which is
And-
a lot.
I'm also going to go ahead and use that card because
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah. Figured you would.
So desperate standard.
Yes. Desperate standard. Yes.
Okay. And then
Let's say instead of an extra die, it's a greater effect. So let's say it's standard great because they're silver dusted. I think that makes it more interesting, makes a little bit more sense.
okay. Desperate.
So you're just gonna fucking whoop ass.
Great. 4 extra die.
Okay.
There's at least
Hey,
one
guess-
6.
Hey, guess what? I can't believe you only. Hey, guess what? You're fucking them up. How you doing it? What are you doing over there? What are you doing over there with your
Just-
crazy sword?
Just samurai style, going through them.
What now? They're in armor. Doesn't matter. They have big swords.
Not with the
Doesn't
sword.
matter. You're taking off arms. You're taking off legs. You're taking off heads. And as you turn, your sword clashes with one of Billy's knives as he. Watch what you're doing, of, and ducks underneath you. And as you swing, he's ducking underneath you and slashing at them. And like he punches them so hard that some of their helmets crumble. So it's just like slow motion, boom, boom, and you just like, clean through with the sword. Him like stabbing him through the eyes, as you're just like slicing off their arms. It's a beautiful display of death over there.
Yay.
In this chaos, Scarlet,
Yes.
there's still a couple wizards. It looks like the 3 boys are having a tough time as they're a little outgunned in what they're fighting because they're fighting like whispers. Do you want to help them?
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm gonna go ahead and push myself to do sharpshooter.
Nice.
Basically, just a barrage of rapid fire, all that jazz. There's that, and yeah.
Do you want to use?
I was gonna go ahead and see about using the rifle, the fancy rifle.
Okay. So your one hand is a clamp. So
yeah.
so we can say. Do we want to say that? Yeah. Do we
I
want
have
say
to wonder
that?
if I hold it like a sight sort of a thing.
Well,
Like
so I always imagined that they were bolt action, but we can say that Victor maybe fucked with your gun and made it a lever action, so you can shoot it with one hand and like boom, like you know what I mean. If you
Yes.
Oh yeah,
can
no,
clamp it, like,
yeah. Victor
boom,
definitely after a while is like, why you use simple thing? Here's better thing.
Yeah,
Here's
it's
a more
no,
complicated thing.
no, that is definitely a Severosi design. It was probably like a Victor and Sparrow, like Sparrow talking about the guns that they use over there, and Victor being like, "That's fucking smart," because that's definitely a Severosi design. It's like Wild Westy shit.
Mhm.
So as you just and start like ripping them apart as they're like, nice, while you're fucking popping shots at these crazy lightning wizards, while Ebony and Billy are just
Billy.
fucking rock'em sock'em roboting these Templars. Victor just got thrown to the ground, getting sucked, got the bad suck from the vampire, and is getting up. Grimulkin, you cooler and calmer than you should be in this kind of environment because you have a plan. Sparrow, you know what you got to do.
I walk over to Brando and I say, "You're an idiot. Power isn't minions. Power is comrades." And I'll
Are you right up to him?
yeah.
He grabs your throat when you say that, but you're very close.
Yep. And I just
I'll show you what power is.
crumble the vial.
While you're standing there with him,
Yeah.
Ooh.
Pharaoh.
And
you had somebody that would have done that for you,
I know.
and he's very upset.
But I then step back out of his hand.
You
Ghost,
crumple the vial.
yes.
You crumple the vial, and as the fire and begins to erupt, he, like, shocked that you would do this. He couldn't ever imagine sacrificing himself to end his own enemy. Wouldn't expect his enemy to. As you crush you, Ghost, away, as the fire continues to erupt, you are still going to take damage from it because it fucking erupted in your hand. So I want you to take I'm gonna say 2 damage because it's not like crippling, but you
Right.
burnt the fuck out of your left hand.
I'm gonna-
It's like all scarred up your arm.
Resist with prowess.
Okay, you're still gonna take those nasty scars though and burns because
Yeah,
come on,
so I can
That's just
gonna try to reduce it to 1.
go ahead.
Double-
Holy shit!
Oh, you got crit.
You
Nice.
take no
Fuck.
you take no stress as you. It's worth it. any
You actually
amount of
clear a
stars
stress.
is-
You don't even
is
take a stress.
Yeah, I don't even take
Yeah.
a stress.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
That's awesome. Oh my god. It's the first time. It's the first time Sparrow doesn't have stress, you guys. It's the first time. And as you it erupts all over him as he and begins to scream. He rises up into the air, hissing and screaming, and he comes thrashing around. And as he does, he looks to you, Sparrow, as you kind of came back out of it, your arms sort of crispy creamed, and you look as he and comes running for you, and as he does, boom, he gets taken out the window, falling on fire down to the courtyard below by Scruffy, who they both hit the ground, just sort of a flaming mess down there. Which, who's alive, who's dead? You gotta get down there. The wardens are dispatched and dead. There are no more reinforcements coming because you made a deal with Alhoon. You guys are free and clear. You can bolt now.
I want to
can't
get down
bolt
there
it.
just to make sure.
We have to get
Yeah, check on
Tang.
Scruffy.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
All right. And
We
then
have
you
to
got to
get
go
Tang.
save your boyfriend.
And Tang,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sparrow goes for Tang. Is that the way
I
you're doing,
will
Sparrow?
follow.
I'm gonna go check on the 2 vampires.
Victor
I'll
is
go
going
check
to
on the
make
two
sure.
vampires
Victor-
as
Mulligan's
well.
gonna go
Yeah.
double tap some shit.
and
yeah.
Victor
okay.
is going to find all the structural weaknesses of this fortress and prepare all the bombs.
That's already
Nice.
you already got it. Yeah, buddy. You know what you're doing. You and the three. The
Yeah,
three
I'll
muscle
take-
go
yeah.
around. So I'm gonna say Billy goes with you, Sparrow, because he wants to go get his brother.
Yeah.
And the Alhoon comes with you guys to
Mhm.
go make sure. You
Yeah.
guys approach, and find the body of both Scruffy and Brando, and they are both laying there and they're looking at each other. And as you approach, you can hear like they're still on fire speaking.
Yeah.
And Brando is like, "I've always hated you."
I just want to put come up right in the brain. I don't care what he's saying. I don't want to let him monologue.
You-
The minute I hear him
Yes.
talking, I'm just like, bam!
You come over and boom, and shoot him right in the head as he.
No one cares what you say. You're done.
And Scruffy's staring there, and you can tell that he's crying. And as he's looking at him, you see a soul begin to escape Brando's mouth, and you hear, and Scruffy grabs it and pulls it, and he stands up with it, holding it, this writhing mess, this red kind of full of veins and blood, and it's like whipping sort of tendrils and claws start cutting into Scruffy as his back is still on fire, and he holds it, and he just embraces this
Oh, he
writhing
hugs it.
mass and hugs it tightly until you just see it, and it just like explodes in his arms. And he just sort of drops to his knees and puts his face in his hands and begins to cry. And he does that, Sparrow, you are able to find Tang. He was not in the basement horror chambers, which is what would have been
'Cause he
down
was
there if
going
you
to be
guys tried to.
used.
Yes. You instead find him in one of the main chambers, in a large cage similar to what he was in before, as well as several other people that are being held captive there.
I'll come in and I'll unlock the cage and be like, well, at least this time you don't smell like shit.
Wow.
That is fucking right.
Oh,
That is
wow.
fucking right. And he goes, and he embraces you immediately, just hugging you tightly, and seeing his brother just pulls him in, as you are his two favorite people in the world, and just holds you tightly. So you are in a hug with Psycho Billy, which is just strange.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there, but he's so excited because he's just an excitable guy. And he goes, "I love you, fucking guys." And he just hugs you. And as he takes his brother and he looks back and goes, "Sparrow, are you gonna kill these people? Are you gonna bring them? What are you gonna do with them?" And he just starts walking out, talking and just talking at nothing.
I pop the cages quite easily, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Victor, Billy
Yes.
brought all of his gunpowder, by the way. You
Ah,
have
yes.
access to 6 huge barrels of gunpowder.
Oh,
He starts
yes.
having it wheeled in because there's no more wardens
Yeah.
coming. You see outside carriages with these big fucking just
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
to roll.
yeah.
As you're like, right this way.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
already have it planned.
Right this
Oh, yeah,
way.
We're putting this devil in the dirt. And Sparrow,
Real quick, as
Yes.
I'm leaving,
you're the last one. Yep.
Oh yeah.
I-
Here's the fuse.
I stop. I look at a statue. Let's say it's a beautiful scene of like an actual old like eagle in flight. Just something that doesn't really exist anymore. And I think Grimalkin can sell this. And I grab it.
You,
He didn't have time to loot, so let me grab at least something.
He didn't. This was the first
Aw.
time. It
Yeah.
actually has like gems for eyes. As everything here was very gaudy and over the top and extreme.
Sparrow, you're the best. You're just the best.
Sparrow's the best of all of us.
It's true.
You're so thoughtful.
And then she lights the fuse and walks out.
You light the fuse. Oh, I can't end this any other way than walking away slow, cool, and calm from the
Cool guys do-
exploding buildings
Yeah.
that was the
Yes.
Master Warden's estate.
Part of the
Just-
building blows right through where Sparrow's standing and continues on as she continues walking ghostly.
Yes. Just off into the night.
The rest of us are impaled.
And I'm finally free. And she goes, it was all a plan.
Malkin the statue and say, "Get what you can for this."
Oh, you're very thoughtful. Thank you. This is wonderful. Wonderful. Yes.
All right. And you all ride off into the not sunset,
Dusk.
into the darkness.
Into the
You all ride off
firelight.
into the darkness, into the lack of light, into the dimness.
Well,
That
there's
is-
brightness behind us now. as
There's a
the
lot
entire
of
place
brightness
is-
behind you, and I'm gonna say as you guys probably carried your way out the same carriage you came in at. Scruffy is just looks like a mess. He's very, very sad and half burnt. But you've done a great deed.
Put my hand on his shoulder, and I give him a hug.
Aww.
He begins to cry on your shoulder and hug you back, and you feel better. he's feeding on your negativity. So that's it, and I think we will end it there. Well done, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining us for tonight. Let us go around the room. Tell us who you are. Tell us where we can find you, and tell us who you think earned a little extra XP tonight. I think I know who we're all going to choose, but let's do it anyway. We're all going to choose Scruffy. So let's start with.
I was going to go with Jennifer Karen Alhoun, but
was that her full name?
that is what I just named her in chat. Was Jennifer Karen
Didn't we
Alhoun.
name her Karen? I feel like we named her Karen at some
We
point.
may
No.
have.
We
Yeah.
may have.
Might have.
Karen's my
We
go-to
named the-
fucking lady name, so it's
Yeah.
I know.
Damn
The
it,
waitress was Karen.
Her brother is Jeremy. I forget.
Karen.
So Bisonic, tell us who you are, where we can find you, and who you think earned.
Yes, I am Bisonic Kevin on the Twitter. You can find me there, and you can find me any number of other places on Discords, especially the Welcome to the Party Discord. You can also find me running the game Rifts, Blood, Dirt, and Chrome every Tuesday night at 8 on this channel, featuring both Thrak and Evan, which has been just an amazing game as well. So it's not a dating simulator, and that was never the intention.
Hey, it's only a dating
It's
simulator for
definitely a dating
some.
sim.
Well,
For some of us, it's a murder simulator, and we're perfectly happy with that.
It's a murder
can
dating
be both.
simulator.
I'm okay
Also,
with a mix of both. Yeah.
you swung for the fences on that one. A high challenge target.
Yeah, and with absolutely no skill. Yep.
But anyway.
Yep.
So, thank you, and I will give my extra point to I don't know. I mean, just Victor made the whole thing possible for everybody.
I like Victor's. He came in clutch. Otherwise, everything would have been like limited to zero effect because he was like a fucking
That's
one of
but
the
thing
oldest
is,
vampires.
there's nothing Victor wants more than to use his toys.
Mm-hmm.
I just
true.
make things
True.
and then I use them.
That's like if he had money, he'd build more toys. But if he had so much money, he would just build them and stare at them and be like, man, I don't get to use these.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bummer.
He's living his best life right now.
True.
Oh no! Look, it don't explode. That's nice.
And Throck.
Hey, what's up? I'm Sean, also known as Throck. I should have been wearing this while I was at PAX U because I am coming down with the con crud. I'm feeling it in my joints and my fleshy bits. I mean, obviously, Sparrow is my vote for tonight, because that was just great, up and down, all around, to the hole and back. You can find me next on Friday night if I'm not absolutely dead, running D&D. At 9 p.m. Eastern with our pirate game, Rawr Pirates. And then on Saturday doing Mouse Guard, where we're tiny little Mises doing Mies things.
Tiny little Mises.
Yep.
All right. Crystal.
Hello, people. My name is Crystal Fear. You can find me at Crystal_Fear on Twitter, at Crystal Fear on everything else. Obviously, I'm giving my extra point to Sparrow because, yes, obviously. You can also find me this weekend on Thread Raiders during their charity live streams. We will be on at like some ungodly hour in the morning, which will be fun.
But I
Very
think they're
cool.
going most of the weekend too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Kate, also known as Undead K online, Twitter handle below. Definitely going to Sparrow for all this. I don't know. I kind of like the little awkward, hey, let's go to the circus thing.
That was really
Just
good.
like, hey, you went
It-
through some shit. Let's go.
Like,
It was
I
so
understand you as a
perfect.
person now.
And now you traumatize Scarlet forever with circuses.
Oh no, she thought
Circus
it was
is
that.
fucking cool.
Yeah, she thought it was cool.
Okay, so next time Scarlet goes to a real circus, like without an incident, Scarlet's just gonna go, that was boring.
Yep.
There's no one more desensitized to human death and destruction than Scarlet. Really, at the end of the day, literally was the whole point of her life and her upbringing.
So she goes, ooh, rides. And death and destruction. But there was also this tilt-a-wheel.
It wasn't supposed to tilt.
And they have funnel cake.
Oh, funnel cake.
Death by Mage.
Hi everybody, I'm Jackie, better known as Death by Mage, and you can find me all over the Twitters and the Instagrams at Death by Mage. You can also find all my wonderful works on the DMs Guild. Recently we released the 12 Days of Midwinter, which are 12 holiday-themed D&D adventure modules. Also Uncaged Volume 3 recently came out. I will also be in the upcoming Book of Seasons Solstices Volume 1. And let me see what else. And you can also enjoy my wonderful things like, Journey into the Feywild, Artifacts of the Guild, and the Jubilesian Slime Race, because Slime's one adventure too.
So many things. It's great.
It's gonna get
personally
longer.
am
Many
looking-
things.
I personally am looking forward to that fight book you were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really. Oh, that's perfect for me and my game. All right. Then.
Oh, and the point
hello.
goes to Sparrow.
Okay, yeah, of course. Hello, everybody. I am Evan. I was your game master. I'm Evan Jennings 64 on the Twitter. You can find me playing in the Rifts game. You can find me running our last game of Blades next Wednesday. It is our finale. And I play a game at home on, it's an Evil campaign with my friends that I have on the Beyond EMH YouTube channel. If you look for it in there, you'll find the When We Were Evil campaign. There's a lot of episodes and it's a lot of nonsense and death. This episode is great. Obviously, Sparrow, you're getting the XP because it was like your backstory stuff. But I also very much liked the way that you handled it and the way that you talked a little bit more than I thought you would with Brando. I thought you would just fucking kill him because he's the worst. But there was like almost maybe a chance that it could have ended differently.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe we accidentally talked you into triggering the assault, but but it was good.
just I was waiting for the moment to do it, but I wanted to give him the hint that I might be willing to help, and might be willing to be like his number 2, as a way to like buy time for everything to get in place.
I think he just wanted to kill you. He super wanted you dead. He hates you so much. Hated. He's gone now.
Yeah.
But that was no, that was really good. I like that. I like that you were thinking more than just straight revenge and murder. That was good.
She was
but yeah,
never about
so-
revenge until they took Tang.
Yep. He knows that, you know, you took Tang out and hung out with him a lot, so that's something that could hurt you. He wanted to hurt you. So, well done, everybody. This was great. I thank you all for watching. Don't forget to check out our sponsors, tabletoploot.com, So Nerdware, Roll20, Roll20.com, and RootInc.com.
.net actually. Roll20.net.
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 So it is. It's literally right there on my computer. And it's fucking awesome and super useful.
You can also get there from .com. It's fine.
Okay. So yeah. So have a good night, guys, and we will see you next Wednesday for the final episode.
Woo! We're gonna go rate our friends at Soulbear RPG. I'm not in charge of the rating tonight, so whenever you're ready, we should just say bye. Love you. Goodbye.
Does it not rate when I-
Okay, bye. I'm gonna hit the rate button. Bye.
There we go.
Bye.
Bye.
There we go.
There we go.
Yay.
Yep, we're done.
It worked.
Fucking lightning sword backpack. I love it.
I
love
mean,
it.
Great.
I
Righteous.
kind of was like pushing the steampunk quite heavily
Oh
tonight.
yeah. That's okay. Look,
Uh,
yeah, Eberron just came out. I get it.
it's not my fault.
That was good. That was good shit.
No,
Yeah.
I also have to do steampunk writing for a setting soon. So for a gig. So I was just getting all steampunk up ready.
Nice. All right, guys.
All
I'm
right.
starving.
Yeah,
I want
go.
to talk to you about Strahd. So I have an idea. We are
Okay.
moving some games to YouTube only, and we're going to be doing like
Ooh.
premieres and things like that.
Oh,
with them.
okay.
Oh,
So there's
that'll be
space for more
fun.
content in the future. If we wanted to think about doing a Strahd campaign, in the end, that's absolutely up to, because I honestly, Evan, I think you'd be an amazing Strahd DM. And we could use Roll20 to do it because they have a great module for it, and it's only $25. So I feel like I'm willing to pitch in $5 for that, and I don't even have a lot of money, just to give you the tools you need to run it. But just food for thought for now.
Yeah, I've never
yeah.
ran Strahd before. I know
Yeah.
of it. I know Kevin's told me a lot about it, like the Were Ravens and all. It seems fucking cool.
It's
It's
fucking
so
awesome.
cool.
So-
Played
It's in
through
your-
it, it's
it is-
good.
it
So
is
I-
definitely
there's
in
no
your-
seems
end-
like a huge asshole.
Oh
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
definitely
Oh,
wanna kill.
and the thing is,
He's a little bit of everything.
So
Yeah.
I will
He's like
say
a-
this
he's like a
because there's
god
no
or some
NDA
kind
for
of-
this project, so I can talk about it. I'm going to be working on more Ravenloft stuff for 2020.
Nice.
Okay.
Specifically, one of the other domains, and it's going to be great.
Are you doing that with the Mists?
No, that one's going to be with Oliver. He did like a big call out for like the Ravenloft Gazetteer, so he's going to cover the remaining domains of Dread. And so I got split with a partner to do it because it's technically it's 2 realms in the same zone. So we're collaborating to get it done, but it's Puridon, who's their Dark Lord is a Dread doppelganger, who constantly shifts form. And also, I have to deal with basically the equivalent of Zerg hive mind creatures as well to deal with. My partners. So there's basically it's Cold War, Gaslight, Fantasy, and Paranoia.
Yeah,
Cold
we're
War.
still alive.
Oh,
oh,
No.
what?
what?